Hey, what's up, everyone? And welcome to the WAN show. I got myself a birthday present today, and I'm going to talk about it.
What does a guy with a fire truck get himself for his birthday?
A robot.
Okay.
In other news,
That makes sense.
Luke was right again.
Oh, no.
A PBS station in St. Louis has lost 70 years of archives after a cloud storage reseller shuts down. Luke warned you, and we'll be talking about that later as well. What else we got?
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Many times.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I don't know. Where's the other one that was good? You took the PBS one that I wanted to use. New Mexico judge orders Meta to pay nearly $1 billion. Do we finally have like fees for companies that will actually impact them that aren't coming from the EU? Maybe. Possibly.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Me neither. Which other thing do we want to talk about?
You know, you have the entire time before the show starts to pick one.
I didn't think you were going to take the PBS one. I don't know why I thought that, but I didn't think you were going to.
I always try to pick the one you're going to pick.
Yeah, but I didn't think you'd think I would pick that one. Man, we're getting into some mind games on these now. This one's kind of funny. Whatever. GeForce NOW exploit lets you access full Windows desktop through a simple file swap, and a modder runs local AI models on the ultimate tier with 48 gigs of VRAM and no restrictions, which is actually just kind of funny, in my opinion.
Based. The show is brought to you today by Vessi, along with Wispr Flow, XSQUARE, and Ahrefs. With, of course, a wrap, courtesy of our wrap partner dbrand, a chair, courtesy of our chair partner, oh goodness, I have a t-shirt in front of it, Razer, and our laptops, also courtesy of Razer. Why don't we jump right into our headline topic of today, which is that Luke warned all of you. When the cloud was happening, Luke said, he came down from on high, and he spaketh such that on-prem will always have a place.
Yeah.
And a St. Louis public broadcaster learned this the hard way. They lost access to 50 terabytes of archival material after their cloud storage provider, OSS, shut down without notice. After losing access to their data, 9PBS discovered that the OSS website was offline and the company was listed as delinquent by the Colorado Secretary of State. 9PBS learned that the defunct storage provider was reselling Iron Mountain services, and 9PBS has sent a demand letter to preserve its data and to pay any reasonable costs associated with its demand. But as 9PBS wasn't Iron Mountain's customer, they actually, it turns out, can't just hand over the data.
That makes sense. That's so annoying, but that makes sense.
The full story is a convoluted mess. Dan, can we put in the link to Gizmodo in the chat? Because you guys can read all about it there. It's a fascinating rabbit hole. But really, I'm only bringing this up because what I want to talk about was how much Luke, and actually I also, but it's just, you know, nicer to point out,
I guess,
your co-host's role in it.
I think that's why I was confused. It was like, what do you mean?
How both of us were talking about this for so many years.
Like from the beginning.
That while there are good things about the cloud, there are also massive problems, because the second you don't own your infrastructure, you can lose it. It can be just gone. And the
cloud is just someone else's computer.
The craziest part of this that kills me the most is it was just 50 terabytes. They could back up 50 terabytes these days with literally like 4 drives in a consumer little QNAP NAS or something. Like, actually, though.
It's actually depressing how solvable that is.
You don't need an IT department. But you know what the funny thing is? I had, was it Dinner. Yeah. I had dinner with Pankratz a couple of weeks ago, just because like I feel like he's worked here like a year, and I had never actually like had a meal with him.
It's only been a year?
I know, right? He feels like he's been a fixture. But anyway.
What?
I had dinner with Pankratz, and I was talking about his past life. And like you, he used to work providing IT solutions for like small local businesses. His was like through a company, whereas I think you were just like freelance, right? Yeah. But he was talking about how different that world is.
Oh, it absolutely
compared to the high tech world. And you know, he was talking about how like there was like an auto mechanic or something that he was doing work for, and the guy was just kind of shooting the breeze with him, and they were going through a bill, and Buddy's basically just like, yeah, so I guess I just like have to pay this because I don't understand any of it, which is really uncomfortable for me because when it comes to something mechanical, I can look at every O-ring, every washer, every nut, every bolt, and I know what all of it is, and I understand the necessity of it for my business. But when I look at these IT services, I literally don't know what any of this is, and I don't understand if I'm being charged a fair rate. So, hey, don't fuck me. Yeah, basically, right? And a guy like Pankratz, I'm sure he never wrote an unfair bill in his life, even if he could.
He's a very stand-up dude.
But there's a lot of opportunity there. And so, you know, you and I look at this and we go, wow, look how solvable that is. They could have just bought 4 hard drives and, you know, just set up
but one of the ways that this
robocopy
is
thing.
solvable, in my opinion, is through things like what you just described.
But that relies on them finding someone trustworthy.
That's true.
Who isn't going to oversell them something they don't need. So why do people end up going with the cloud? Because there's transparent pricing. It looks credible. It's like it's low fees, like low monthly fees, which is a lot of businesses. And you know what? Let's face it. Like public broadcasters don't have unlimited money. So even though they're, you know, not small business in the sense that you might think of as, you know, a mom and pop candy store or something, they have a finite budget. So just buying infrastructure up front all at once is not necessarily feasible.
Yeah, the capex versus opex thing. The capex is like, oh, I have to buy. Okay, with your example, I have to buy this QNAP thing, and I have to buy 3 right now very expensive hard drives.
Yeah.
That's still a decent amount of cash, especially if you're, you know, as far as my understanding goes, these like smaller kind of local TV stations aren't making a crazy amount of money right now.
Yeah, or I mean,
or anything.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a tough world, but you can try to communicate the potential savings of that. We're going through this right now, where like I was actually
we should just talk about it. Why don't we just talk about it?
We can a little bit, yeah.
Sure. We're becoming an ISP apparently, which
maybe
Luke has given me no further clarity on.
No, this is an AJ project.
Okay.
So it'll be most of the clarity would come from talking to him because we're still kind of mapping it out. I'm still honestly understanding even what's happening. But there's a lot of stuff going on. You guys are aware of, you know, RAM price increases, everything, hardware
storage price increases, hard drive prices increasing.
The price of almost everything is going up, largely because almost every company involved in the manufacturing of stuff that you would use in your computer can also be involved in the manufacturing for things in a data center.
Yeah, and it's even affecting, we talked about this last week on WAN Show, it's even affecting things like the timeline for our battery bank product. The ICs that we need, I think particularly the buck boost.
You can correct things I say wrong.
They're back ordered by something like 44 weeks or something like that is the current lead time for us to order the like buck boost converters or whatever. There's a particular component that has a super long lead time on it. So So
anyways, there's a lot of different things going on. Like we got news earlier this week that one of the services that we use wants to increase our bill for the next year, and this is the whole company, not a Floatplane thing at all.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking at a scale that like hurts.
20% increase of bill. There's lots of other things going up right now because what's basically happening is most of these services, like you feel the pain. Your thing you're interested in, computers, the price of it is going up. At a company level, laptops, your device that you use at the company, cost of that probably going up. Any servers, infrastructure, etc., things that they use at a company level probably going up in cost. Therefore, their service cost is going up as well. And so the amount that we pay as a company for these external services is going up. The reason why I attach that to this is because a cloud provider is likely going to have cost increases. OVH has been talking about cost increases. Let's see here if I can bring this up.
For context, OVH is a pretty cool hosting option that has been very affordable over the years and actually pretty cool for us to work with over the years.
Pretty good partner for us to work with.
And 87% price hikes.
Yeah. And to be clear, I don't even necessarily blame OVH for this.
No, you can't.
I'm seeing this happen everywhere.
OVH didn't decide decades ago to have Homer Simpson work at a nuclear power plant, which apparently did contribute significantly to people's perception of the safety of nuclear power.
Because he couldn't screw it up?
And because all the problems and the way Mr. Burns runs it and stuff. I have read that incredible places, which is like wild. And so that's part of why nuclear power did not just, because like it's just kind of obvious. That's why it didn't just go to the moon.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, costs everywhere.
Sorry, Arion. It's pronounced nuclear.
Nuclear, nice.
Nuclear.
Different places have different ways of pronouncing things.
No, it's a joke from The Simpsons.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
He corrects Lisa's pronunciation. Honey, it's pronounced nuclear. Anyway, carry on.
Costs everywhere are going up, and costs at places like OVH, especially, things are going up because not only are their costs skyrocketing, but if you think about it, the people willing to rent from places like that, in some cases, are also going up in what they will be willing to rent.
Because their unlimited money faucet from investors has to be spent on something, because if you don't spend enough of it, you don't look like you're trying hard enough to win the AI race.
And places like OVH might not be getting as much pressure from that as some other potential places.
But when the pressure is coming on them from both ends, when their costs are going up and the amount on offer from these customers who are responsible for the costs going up increases.
It can even be indirect. Like maybe there's another data center, which is like more like GPU focused or something. And the lower end clients are being pushed out of there.
Yep.
So they're now going to OVH, so there's more competition.
Or regional power bills are just going up.
Or that.
Which just affects everybody.
So there's a lot of different things at play. I don't necessarily blame OVH. OVH has been pretty great to work with. That being said, oh my God, 87% potential increase in bill. Now that doesn't mean all of OVH's services are going up by 87%. And this was largely a warning by them. We're actually lacking a lot of information on it, to be clear. 1 second. What? We didn't record. Oh. Well, then everyone was on time. WAN was not late because of our fault.
Nice.
You know what? WAN was late because of Sammy. I think Sammy loses a point.
Yeah. Point against Sammy. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, so all these prices going up, blah, 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 OVH, don't blame OVH. So we are looking at potentially bouncing. We're not going to plan on bouncing for everything. We're largely going to keep our like Omega large data store there because that cost increase is not presumably going to be nearly as high as the other ones. Mm-hmm. And the CapEx, or buy a bunch of hardware cost of setting up a massive data store somewhere else, is very high. Mm-hmm. The CapEx of the other things that we need to do, relatively low.
Right.
So we want to do the thing that has the lower upfront impact and the biggest potential benefit of dodging the price increase.
What does that have to do with setting up an ISP? So you're talking about moving some equipment on-prem. So maybe like whatever, AI server is going through and doing our automated subtitling. Like that would just move on-prem because it can churn in the background. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Sure.
Transcoding, potentially some of it.
Yeah.
And then we can just steer the jobs to like use as much on-prem as we can, but we keep OVH as a backup.
But by on-prem, we mean a co-location data center that is like Vancouver-ish
Got it. Okay.
So it will, like, latency wise, it will almost like very, very, very close feel like to actually on-prem, because there's fiber lines that go like straight there.
Right.
But it won't be technically on-prem, although the term on-prem gets really confusing depending on in what circles you use it in.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, so we'd be putting stuff in there. We would also be putting in these like insane networking routing switching boxes.
Yes.
Which blow my brain because they have ports that do 400 gig. They are sick. That's where most of the CapEx is, by the way.
Right.
Is getting those.
Who are these from?
Edge Core.
Okay.
So, a sick name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never quite get to experience the core. Just
right on
just
the edge of the
me.
core. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then something. We bought our own IPs. So we bought a range of IPv4.
We did?
IP. Yeah.
When was this?
I did a little bit ago. We did that. We almost bought them from Canada Post, which was going to be really funny. And then AJ found a cheaper set, so we bought those. But we almost bought them from Canada Post.
I love that IPv4 has been and continues to be one of like the soundest investments. This is not financial advice.
That's one of the reasons why we bought it. It was because we were like, we're pretty sure we're going to do this thing. But then AJ found this like bank of IPs that we could buy, and he was like, these are up for auction. We should like probably buy these. And the reason why I'm saying this now is because this is a decent price. And even if we don't do the plan, you can probably just resell them and make money. So I think you should buy these. I was like, okay.
Noki asks, wasn't there an IPv4 shortage at one point?
Yeah.
There's an IPv4 shortage that is ongoing and will never end, as far as I can tell, because it looks like we're just never going to switch to IPv6. And to be clear, that is not a prediction. Hopefully, theoretically, at some point, IPv4 addresses and their limited quantities we have of them won't matter, but for now it does.
Yeah, AJ included this, and it's just as like a footnote because who cares? But we got some free IPv6 too. Sounds good. What we cared about was buying the actual IPv4. Okay. But now that we have that, we could provide internet for ourselves from the colo center.
Holy shit.
Which would mean that you could have Linus ISP tips as your internet service provider at the office.
Linus Lisp tips.
Entirely possible. You could be your own ISP with one customer, which is
I'm my own ISP.
I mean, technically, there's more than one customer because the ISP would have the customer of like Floatplane and also the offices.
Right.
So Floatplane's a reseller now?
So, okay.
Kinda, because Floatplane services Sauce Plus and Floatplane and does some other little things.
So Black Raven asks, what stops an individual home user from being their own ISP? At an individual home level, the economics don't make any sense, but
crazy.
There are towns that have had really poor service from the major ISPs and have just pooled together their tax revenues and made their own ISP. That is a thing. Because if you make a connection to an exchange, then if you own the network addressing that you need...
And you can pay to go over other people's lines, which is how a lot of small ISPs work.
The internet is just a series of tubes. So if you have the equipment and you have the lines or you lease access to them, you can join the big network that we call the internet. Are we sure this makes sense?
What we're definitely sure of is it saves a lot of money.
Okay.
So much money.
Does it really save so much money?
So much money. Like $400,000 over 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah. That's everything combined. That's having the servers in the co-location center. That's being our own ISP. That's basically the AJ's been sitting in the back cooking up a crazy witch's brew, and it's going to save you $400,000 over 5 years.
While we're at it, I mean, I've been thinking about it some more, and I feel like we should just do the VPN product too. I think we drew a very arbitrary line before. I think we should just do it. We'll become an ISP. We'll become a VPN provider. It'll be great.
We're both of them. So we're going to know what your traffic is doing no matter what.
Nice.
You put it on our network and you VPN it, we're going to know. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. So we're moving, we're shaking, we're trying to make things happen.
Okay, right. So because we have a rack at the exchange, so how does our access from here to the exchange work though?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like that fiber line.
Yeah. So we will need to lease that fiber line, but that's the same way. That's what I was kind of getting into is like there's tons of like small, like super regional ISPs.
Yeah, which I know because we use one.
Oh yeah.
So then what's their role in any of this?
The super regional one is nothing.
Is nothing.
No.
So we just, whatever.
They are renting lines
Yes.
from someone else. So we will just skip that and rent lines for the people that they're renting lines from.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then would we still have.
Which is another dodge in costs.
Right.
So it kind of layers. It's like an onion of cost savings.
It's the Shrek of internet.
Yeah.
ShrekNet.
You just keep saving.
Do we need to spin up a new company for this? Because if we do, I want it to be called
ShrekNet. AJ's also pointing out you could technically use this as like a weird form of redundancy as well because we have the crazy switch at the colo.
Yeah.
If like TELUS went down, as far as my understanding goes, and I'm still learning a lot about this, so AJ can correct me, but if TELUS went down, if we had our contracts arranged in the right way, which this might be stupid, but I think you could. If TELUS went down, I think you could literally just be like, welp, I guess we're on Rogers now and just not lose internet. I think.
As long as it's not somebody putting a shovel through like our fiber.
That'd be a little rough. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And
I think that works. AJ can correct me.
While we're at it, Floatplane chat asks, okay, why not cellular service then? There's a dead spot right by my house that causes me no amount of frustration because I cannot open and close my garage doors with my phone because it uses your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, AJ said yes.
For CarPlay and Android Auto, and my cellular service doesn't work right next to my house. So it's really annoying.
Oh, sorry.
So if I could just put a tower there, that would be swell. I would be super down.
Yeah, I have no idea about that at all.
Okay.
That's maybe a later thing to look into. Something else he was describing to me is because the colo center, we can make like a LAN ring. So like if our network from the studio to the lab went down for some reason, that's okay because the studio can talk to the lab through the colo center.
Okay.
Which is like sick.
Okay.
So there's a lot of really kind of there's been a lot going on, so I haven't had like a crazy amount of time to talk to AJ about it, but every time I talk to AJ about it, I'm just like, what? It sounds very fun.
All right. Okay. Cool. Yes, I still have the cell repeaters in my house, but I ran out of interior antenna slots on my repeater, and all of those are used inside the house. So they're not useful in front of the garage, which is where I have my problem right now. Very, very annoying. And I even just switched ISPs to make it, or not ISPs, mobile providers, so that I can do conference calls on the way to and from work, because the one that I was on before had a couple of dead zones that were too dead. And then the new one, I'm able to make calls to and from the office, but still cannot open my garage door. So part of the problem is the noise blocking glass in my car. It turns out it's also cellular signal blocking glass. So sometimes I'll be that guy where I'm like, I really need to close my garage door right now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Boop. Okay. Yeah. Ridiculous. Add a stop sign.
So AJ added the unfortunate part in Floatplane chat.
Oh.
The two switches will total, not each, together, About 65 grand. Which will equate, like, all the costs in is roughly what we would have been paying if we didn't do anything over the course of 12 months.
Okay.
And then you'll be saving money after that.
Uh-huh. And we need 2 of these switches,
So-
Is the second one just for
it's total.
redundancy?
Yeah, but it's total.
Can I just have one
No,
and not have redundancy?
no,
Why?
because if the whole Floatplane service goes down, it's your fault. But it's not 65K twice.
No, I got that.
Okay. All right.
65K is okay. Is it at least Canadian dollars? Or is it like real money? You don't know. You're just
I
waiting
don't
for AJ to
remember.
respond.
I think it's CAD.
Okay, well, that would help.
I don't remember.
That would help a lot.
I don't remember.
Oh,
It's in the doc. It's all in the doc.
Yeah, everything's in the doc.
Yep.
AJ's
He'll
totally going to
say.
reply.
He'll say.
Man, I just...
A break even of 12 months sounds pretty good. It is pretty good. It doesn't change the fact that it's still 65K.
And this is why...
Yeah, it's CAD.
That helps a lot. So it's like 40,000 real dollars, like 45. But this is why businesses
brings us
have a hard time
all the way back
making these kinds of decisions, because paying a few grand every month is something that you can plan for. It smooths out your expenses and your income, because I don't just suddenly have necessarily $65,000 of excess income right now. It's hard to plan around that. I mean, think about it for like your personal life as well. Why do so many people finance a car? You're paying way more for
Why
it.
do you buy the okay thing that's going to break down pretty soon instead of the really expensive thing that might last you your whole life? Because it's really brutal to buy the really expensive thing.
And so
Super normal.
I mean, realistically, we're probably going to do it. It'll make a great episode of Holy Shit on the channel.
Dude, the switches are nuts. AJ linked me the product page for them. My brain exploded. It's crazy. They look so wild.
Right.
I've never even considered something like I knew that type of infrastructure would exist somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
So
But I've never really considered like what it would be.
tell me this, like at what point, like would it make sense if I wanted like super low latency, like the best quality internet at my house? Should I lease the line to there? Like where does it end?
We could look into how much that would cost.
Like, what would it cost to be our own ISP for like everyone who works here?
As far as well, okay, yeah.
Like if you're, because
that gets really messy.
What
really
I'm asking
fast.
is how does the lease work? Is it by the line where it goes? I wouldn't think so. It probably wouldn't even be by wavelength either, because a lot of that would be shared. So is it just by total network utilization? So as long as
I don't think so.
If we told the staff here, like, as long as you have, TELUS fiber to your neighborhood, then we can offer you Lisp for for a low price.
I knew it was going to end up being Linus Internet Service Provider somehow. I knew it. It's in my we have a all hands on Monday. It's in my jokey notes for the all hands is Linus Internet Service Provider. Oh, man.
Could it be a better price than buying from TELUS or whatever?
No way. Okay, apparently no. Apparently AJ just said we can actually gain access to TELUS last mile GPON service, which I think is AJ Ford. Yeah.
Yes.
AJ, that's so complicated. I don't want to be an internal ISP for all the employees. That's going to be so much work. But it wouldn't make sense for us since we're power users.
What does that mean?
That doesn't mean anything.
That means nothing, AJ, and I think that was intentional.
Maybe. Thank you, AJ.
No.
I think we need to not do this.
No, I think
we might use the availability that we have.
Yeah, and we're better off. We're better off sharing quota with grandma who sends like 3 emails. Yeah. Okay. That actually makes sense.
Sorry, AJ, that
makes sense.
Reasonable.
Okay.
I don't think we should be an ISP for all of LMG employees. I don't think that's a good idea.
Do it for fun.
It'd be pretty badass though.
Oh my god.
Be so cool.
Okay, buy a bunch more fat switches.
Oh no.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Got him.
So how many IPv4 addresses do we own then?
256, I think.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
What did we pay for
Like
those?
$7,000.
Oh, okay.
Again, we could resell
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's like actually an asset that I was like fairly unconcerned about acquiring.
That's crazy.
The switches, I don't know how many people are going to be looking for them on Facebook Marketplace. So those might just be
They're gone.
a cost. Yeah.
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 And now we have those switches forever.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of networking equipment is like that.
You would
it has
also
no life outside of the data center. Like some home labber might tinker around with them here and there, but the size of the market for these things, the secondary market, is like negligible.
Yeah, but a 400 gig port, dude. My God, several, as far as my understanding goes.
No, don't look them up now. We'll save it for
no, I'm not.
for the
Total
LTT
switching
video.
capacity has to be obscene.
It's kind of mind blowing.
God.
Okay.
And we're not getting like bougie ones. We're also not getting like rat-tastic ones either.
Right. Okay.
AJ,
Because
send me the specs. I want to look at them when I go home.
that
later
would
by
have
myself.
that would have its own potential problems, but we got like fairly scrappy ones, but ones that seem good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm potentially open to it as long as we can make content out of it.
The
that helps a lot.
problem is if we don't do it, the costs, again, doing this saves $400,000 over 5 years.
Yeah.
Not doing this costs $400,000 over 5 years.
Right.
So it's like $65K now.
Right. Penny saved, penny earned.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's technically in your guys' hands. I've also talked to Taryn about it, but I know that an expense this high is going to have to go up
He'll
as
talk
well.
to me about it.
So I'm going both angles right now.
Yeah.
Because if you guys do decide to say no, I would just question what the strategy is. Because the 400K savings over 5 years, as far as my understanding goes, also is just from the OVH payments.
Well, that also just assumes that everything's going to stay flat for 5 years.
That too. Which it like very likely will go up more.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, I understand it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of money.
It's very tough. It's
a
maybe
lot
even
of money
ROG.
when
It's a step above tough.
it's a lot of money when things are rough too. But think about it, man. We can potentially get enterprise hardware and sponsors and stuff on the videos.
Right.
We can make videos about it.
Yeah.
You want to make videos about being your own ISP?
Yeah, I do.
That's kind of fun.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of this project sounds really freaking sick.
Can we shoot at the Colo?
I don't 100% know yet.
Okay, because that would be amazing.
Being able to shoot at the Colo would be sick.
That would be a huge
As far as my understanding
difference
goes,
maker.
we reached out. I don't think they just like said no.
Okay.
I think they were like, what?
Yeah.
But it wasn't an immediate no.
I
There's
know
some
that-
issues because of other people's stuff.
So what I was going to say, I know it's a thing where you can, maybe it's for a fee or something, but you can have like blanked out covers. So maybe we just have covers on ours so we can do whatever we want inside ours. Maybe we could suggest that so that we can't see anybody else's cage from inside our cage.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe like I'm going to try to play ball with them because I would like to.
AJ says they said most likely.
Nice. Okay. I didn't hear that update, but that's great.
Yeah, that's terrific because that makes a huge difference to us because all of a sudden,
It's been crazy. I'm behind on emails.
we could go to someone like I don't want to put any words in anyone's mouth, but we could go to companies in this space and they have such an appetite for, oh, you're doing something that's like actually kind of sexy and cool with like boring business iron. Yeah, let's do it. They tend to be pretty enthusiastic about it, so that would be really exciting.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of cool that comes from it. There's a lot of and to be transparent, one of the reasons why the capex is actually so low, because that capex for those switches is like almost all of it.
Okay.
There's very little outside of that, like
right.
genuinely very little.
All right, that's good.
And the reason for that is because we just have a lot of stuff.
Right. Oh, that's what Thomas was doing.
Probably.
I saw him dumpster diving and he had every server from the warehouse and he was like going through them.
We're trying to make stuff happen, bruh.
I like it. I like it.
The inside of the rack is already isolated because of physical access. Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So you have to be able to go there.
Yeah.
And because it's a colo center, so you have to be able to go there to service your own stuff.
But not all of them necessarily have like complete like blank out covers.
Filming,
yeah. So we just gotta make sure.
It might even. I'm not sure what the situation necessarily is, but it's the whole thing is very interesting. So yeah, again, a lot of the big bulk storage would still be over in OVH in Quebec because that pricing is expected to not go up as much. And buying 10 trillion hard drives right now sounds terrible.
It really does.
So we'll just keep doing that. That also kind of helps because my 321 backup brain goes, wait a second.
Earthquake.
Yeah. So
we live on a major fault line and
it's way overdue.
My entire life,
yeah,
I've been told the big one's coming.
Not here yet.
Any minute now, the big one's coming. I'm like, oh, all right.
And as far as our understanding goes, the big one here, if it does happen, will be...
The longer it goes, the more pressure there is, apparently. I don't know. I'm not a geologist.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know how fault lines work.
But apparently this one's going to be very brutal. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Both of us. So yeah, the data would still be kept over there.
Yep.
The compute stuff, Jonathan's done some just insanely attractive things with Kubernetes. So like if it did all blow up, you could spin it up somewhere else really quickly. So we're not super worried about that part. So
all right.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. Because I know there was a question of like we moved some things, I'm going to be slightly vague, I think you know about this, onto Floatplane infrastructure recently, which saved like 17 grand a year. And then there was some questions that came up with when I've been kind of talking around about this project internally where people were like, well, what's happening with that? Because you like just talked about that. It's like, well, no, that's still happening. And literally where it was still happening. Like we're not even moving that part.
Yeah.
We're moving a lot of the compute and everything.
Do we need to look at like, what is it, Nextcloud? Like we've had all these conversations about like Teams and
I was like, how would that help us with this? Okay,
no, I'm just talking
other things.
I'm just talking self-hosting in general. Like, is it time?
It's time to consider some of it. I know, like you and I have talked about. Okay, so we have Slack for some of the labs people and all of the Floatplane people. We have Google Workspace for everyone.
Yeah.
And we have
Teams for basically
Office 365 for like everyone minus maybe a couple.
Yeah.
Like it's basically everybody. Do we consolidate these services? It's gonna
or do we get rid of all of them?
Feel like ripping my own heart out, but we're almost certainly going to get rid of Slack. So that's one that's just going to go. It's way too expensive per user. I love it compared to Teams. Teams is a rotten pile of poo. I was in a meeting earlier today and I really needed to look something up that was in Teams messages and they just wouldn't load. It's like, cool, nice. Discord would have loaded just fine. I wish Discord had a corporate edition, but they don't. I know one of the opponents to leaving Office 365, because I've brought up like how painful would it be to lose Google Drive? And you, amongst many others, including myself, have been like, that's not really an option. So the easier one for me would be Microsoft. One of the opponents to losing Office 365 is infra, because the like authentication stuff is
single sign-on, baby,
is more ubiquitous. It's not necessarily better. I think it's worse, but it's more ubiquitous on the Microsoft side.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
Jonathan did pipe up in here. I don't know if you noticed him in Floatplane chat. He says, we have Nextcloud with high-performance backend running in Kubernetes with custom Helm chart.
Yeah, that was a project we did internally to try to validate if we can use it.
Oh, okay. And?
Not for everything. Maybe
see.
for some stuff, though.
I know they're moving pretty quick, and they are
They do seem to be moving pretty quick.
They are, no offense, you guys, but kind of overly attached girlfriend about working with us, too. Like, they email me probably once every quarter or so going, hey.
The second you mentioned them on the show, I was like, there's an email. It's like, all right, incoming. We have not forgotten about you. I'll say that much.
Yeah, we're aware. And they do seem to be moving pretty fast.
I think they're moving fast.
And I get the feeling that if we were to move on to them, it would be a benefit to them having an organization like us give feedback to help guide bug fixes and short-term, fires that need to be put out. I suspect they would be very motivated to do that, I guess is where I think there'd be a bit of a give and take there.
Yeah, there's so not to be mean to Nextcloud, I think it's a really fantastic project. VDKA and Floatplane Chat said, too bad Nextcloud breaks their own stuff every other update. My Notes app has been dead for weeks because of a write lock bug they have not fixed. Google Drive is going to work.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much no matter what. And like I trash on cloud stuff all the time.
Oh.
This topic is technically us trashing on cloud stuff because of the wherever it went.
Okay.
PBS station losing their data.
Fun fact. Okay. This is me trying to open a Google Doc earlier today. Can't open this document. Sorry. Google Docs is on. The reliability of Google services has been moving the wrong direction for me for 10 years.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And do you know how I fixed this?
Search is also useless now. Yeah.
Want to know how I fixed it? Watch this. It's the stupidest fix ever.
I already see where it's going.
Make a copy.
Yep.
I made a copy.
And then the copy's readable.
And immediately it opened.
Yep.
Unfucking believable.
I also have issues where I can't freaking find anything in Google Drive. Like very often it's an issue. I think the search is really bad now. Search for Google in general has just gone down the hole, which is wild. It's weird to even say that. But search on everything for them. Man, the fact that I've been finding it easier to find certain YouTube videos by Googling it than searching it on YouTube is mind-blowing.
Yvonne did that the other day. I was like, why aren't you searching on YouTube? And she's like, this just works better. And
it does.
And she found it immediately.
Yeah, it like actually does.
And that's with Google search degrading the way that it has.
Yeah, which is just wild. The whole thing is just very confusing. So I don't know. It's in evaluation. We've been honestly a little bit brain sniped by this co-location thing because there are renewal dates upcoming.
Oh,
that are like very important. So we're trying to move fast.
Right. Is one of them related to the email chain that AJ and I were in? I see.
But there's like a bunch of them.
I understand.
Yeah. So like,
and getting it all aligned so that you're not paying for your expensive off-prem stuff at the same time as your CapEx on your on-prem or like co-located stuff.
And there's like shipping times.
Right.
And things that we need to be taking
and availability
account for.
Of anything with an IC in it these days is not to be taken for granted.
So it's tough. It's
I think that's a habit you picked up from me.
What?
So it's tough. I say that all the time, every once in a while.
Maybe.
Like, you hang out with someone for long enough that you pick up mannerisms from each other. I have Luke-isms too that drive me nuts because I'll say them and I'll be like, I can almost hear it in your voice.
You combing some things with bricks or what?
No,
what are your
the ones,
Luke-isms?
No, the ones that make sense. Man, I can't even think of it off the top of my head, but they'll just pop out of my mouth. And I'm just like, oh, I picked that up from that freaking guy. Drive me crazy.
I wonder how many people like actually even know actually where that reference is from anymore.
Comb with a brick?
Yeah.
It was a WAN show 1,000 years ago.
It was a WAN show
or
in the
something.
garage.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Oh, yeah, there it is again. Now I'm not going to be able to say that without thinking about that.
You can't
You've cursed
notice
me.
it. Yeah.
But it's this, and this is happening to be clear, like we've got some really exciting things going on. It's terrifying for short-term checkbooks, really exciting for long-term checkbooks. This would save us money even if the price increases weren't coming.
Noki's got it.
Exciting.
I say that's wild. That's all 100% Luke-ism that I picked up. Yeah. Thank you, Noki. Yeah, you nailed it, because I never said that before in my life.
That's interesting.
And I picked it up from him, 100%.
But yeah, this is happening to everyone. Don't get it twisted. We are not the only ones going through this problem.
No, and that's part of the problem, is that it's happening to everybody right now.
Yeah.
This is not isolated. It's like industry-wide. This is macro forces that are just making their way in unexpected ways into the daily lives of just like randos running YouTube channels.
Speaking of unexpected ways, I think I've talked to you about this before, but like I met the guy a while back. I don't think he still does this anymore, but I met the guy a while back who runs he was the CTO of, I think it was Kroger International.
Yeah. All right.
Turns out they have like massive amounts of like servers and stuff.
Kroger, like the paper company.
No, the grocery chain.
Oh, that one. Sorry. Which one's? Oh, is there?
But
Yep.
I was thinking about this earlier today, where like I'm looking at this and talking about how it's all cyclical, or not cyclical. It's all
Kruger.
Circular. Oh, Kruger. Sorry.
Kruger's a paper company. No, you're right.
Oh, okay. Where like, all these other things are making other costs go up, which make other costs go up, and it all cascades. That's the word I'm looking for. You're like bananas are going to cost more because of AI. Because companies have to recoup their costs.
That's bananas.
And if
I'm going to go with that now instead of that's wild. That'll be my own thing.
If they have crazy costs going up because of hardware increases, if they have costs going up because, hey, their password manager just is going up 20%, if they have costs going up because of et cetera, that are cascading all over the place, if their machines for automated checkout need to go up in price, if they're et cetera, it's all going to cascade down onto costs, which are going to cascade down onto you, which is going to make your bananas or whatever else you're buying potentially cost more. So it's impacting like everything. And obviously different companies are going to get impacted to different degrees. Yeah. For some companies, it's going to make effectively no difference. For other companies, it's going to make a very large difference. For Floatplane, for instance, this is like, oh God. Really bad, terrifying, solve the problem now type situation. For other companies, it will be less impactful.
So, Noki found it using Philnot. You ready, Dan? Nope.
Wait, the wall was white?
So the wall...
Is that the tech links?
No. This is at the Langley House, I believe.
Yeah, but you had not TechLink, sorry.
This was with the boxes piled up, but sometimes they all fell down. So we just had product boxes behind us as a set.
I thought the bench den area had pegboard in it really fast.
No, that was in the garage. This is at the Langley House. This isn't in the bench den. This is in the bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
I believe.
I had remembered this being in the garage. Okay.
Scrutiny, that thing
Oh, I can't hear. Am I supposed to be able to hear?
will be combed
I can't hear
with
either.
like a brick.
That's when you're just moving into the house. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we weren't. Oh, all right.
Like
Well,
you just said, scrutiny.
cool.
That thing.
Hey, look,
will be
After
combed
Party Link.
with, like,
It was a separate
brick. People talk about
show.
fine
Was it on the
combs.
same channel?
People talk about
What does
fine-
that mean?
Like everything will be looked at.
Combed with a brick.
Yeah.
Your
This is
face.
beyond-
I can tell when I said it. I've never gone back and watched that. You just had this reference for years.
That is the most motherfucker. What did you just say that I think I've ever...
Oh man, that was pretty good. I couldn't even hear it. That was pretty good.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're so old, especially me. Speaking of which, we should probably do a new topic. I got myself a birthday present.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, mind you. I ordered it a year ago. These guys apparently build these things to order.
Oh.
And in spite of the fact that they seem like a decent-sized company and have been around for quite a while, they make tennis training machines. So you know those ones that just like lob balls over the net and you can return them. They do them for soccer. Apparently that's a thing. You just load it up with like soccer balls and it just kicks them at you or something. Volleyball, squash, table tennis, reaction lights, paddle, pickleball. They have a pickleball training feeder thing. Well, guess what? They also make badminton feeding machines. This was a recommendation from that English pair that came over for a couple of collabs. And apparently the German national team uses, I believe it is this guy right here, the 8025A. Can this go away, please? Badminton. Oh my God, websites are unusable. Okay, there we go. 8A hardcore quality intelligent equipment. This arrived today.
Have you used it? Did you use it?
I tried it today.
How was it?
So I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more detail at the All Hands on Monday, but there's going to be a bit of a content pivot on LTT.
Oh, okay.
LTT is going to become a little bit less of like, okay, this is the type of video that goes on the Linus Tech Tips channel versus this is the type of video that goes on Tech Quickie or on Short Circuit or on wherever, whatever other channels. And LTT is going to be way more just what I want to make a video about. So sometimes it'll be an unboxing. Sometimes it might be a review. Sometimes it might just be like I'm building a weird AI server in my basement. And I feel like it's been a long time coming.
I think this is great, especially right now. I think this kind of has made sense for a long time. I also think this especially makes sense right now because I don't know. I had this chat quite a few times at.
He changed it. I tried to press I don't know.
That's wild.
What does mine say? Dude. He changed it. That's wild. It's paid dividends.
Oh,
little text buttons.
That was pretty good.
All right.
Man, what was I even saying? Oh, right. At Open Source, we had a bunch of conversations with people about like, what do you even do now? Like I make content in a field that the field is toxic right now.
Yeah.
Like it just sucks. No one wants to be looking at this stuff right now. Computer hardware is way too expensive. Even if you can still afford to buy it, it's really painful.
It feels bad, man.
And it just sucks and it just feels bad. The whole thing
and
is
sometimes
just,
and sometimes you can find deals.
Yep.
And people don't want to hear that either because the deal's not as good as it was
and
10 months ago.
They might not be able to find one because I found one. It took me months.
Yep.
Like it's not super reasonable. What if your timeline had to be shorter? Like it's just kind of icky right now. But it's not like when that viewership floats away that nerds who like nerdy techie things are just gone.
No. If anything, I feel like they're hungry for something to engage with.
And we have seen that in some cases where there's like tech creators that aren't making stuff that's super centralized around like performance computer hardware. That are actually doing better than they were.
I mean, dude,
but most like effectively everybody that's in the computer hardware tech creator space thing is going down. But people that are close to it are going up, which is just very interesting.
I mean, even looking at the kind of stuff that
dude, you going and buying a printer
is successful on our channel.
Banged.
I mean, just replacing a battery with my daughter, almost 1 million views.
Yep.
That's the kind of content that before I kind of decided, okay, it's just going to be whatever I'm doing today, we wouldn't have uploaded. Because I would have been like, oh, I don't know if there's enough meat on this bone. I don't know if there's enough learnables. But then I was just like, no, my daughter's phone is broken. And this is an opportunity for her to do something she's never done before. And there's a whole new generation of viewers that is just like her and hasn't seen me replace a battery before. Why are we afraid to do this?
It's also not as normal now.
This
which
is true
makes
too.
it interesting.
And she had a blast. Actually, you know what's really kind of funny, but also she like was almost in tears about it, is on last Friday, no, not last Friday, earlier this week, my other daughter broke that phone. Dropped it and the screen shattered.
It's kind of, yeah, you're right. It's kind of funny, but it's also really sad.
The timing blows.
She just fixed it.
So Kat just fixed it. She just had this
Darn, man.
honestly kind of fun experience of like, she's invested in it. And she has like more of an emotional attachment to it. It's something we did together. And I'm looking at it going, okay, well, like now what path do we take? Because it's already a 6 or 7 year old phone or something like that. And I like was barely even wanting to buy a new battery for it, let alone a new screen, which is a way more invasive replacement and more expensive than the battery. Do I just get her a new phone now? It's pretty close to her birthday. Also, it would put her on the same cycle as the other two kids who both just got new phones. Like, there's a lot of reasons, but then part of me is just like, no, but we should just Frankenstein's monster, phone of Theseus it, and we should just, I don't know, which way would you go? She needs a stylus. Not needs, but she loves the stylus. So that really limits my options.
Even cool that she likes the stylus too. I would almost see that as a benefit. What new phones have a stylus?
Very few. Like the top end S series phones do, but they're huge. Whereas the Note 10, not the Plus, the Note 10 was a very reasonable size for a kid still-ish. Like I miss reasonable sized phones.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Is there a route? Oh man, this stuff is so complicated because it's like how does the kid respond to it? So I was gonna say like this is more expense. Sorry. By the way, $65,000 in switches. But what if you got her to replace the screen, and as a reward for replacing the screen,
then she can sell the phone and we'll get her a new one.
She gets the nice new one.
Yeah, or something like that. I could see us doing that. Yeah, I'll think about it a little bit.
Because like I don't know how much that phone's worth, but I think just the process of if she enjoyed the previous one, showing her that there can be a reward in fixing things, I think is cool. Does that make sense? Even if it's not fixing it for you.
Dan's in chat. You know, you're right here, Dan. He says, make the one who broke it fix it.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
She's still a little young for that delicate of an operation.
I don't think so. The phone's already broken.
Yeah, and the stakes are lower this time because of what happened last time. I did set up backup on it, so at least we're not like don't break this thing.
I started when I was like 3, cool. And I turned out like normal.
So
I'm excited for that project next week, Dad.
Me too. See? Make her fix that screen. Do it. Do it.
What?
I'll think about it. About it.
Yeah. I think fixing the screen, like if you know, I think you did this with 3D printing. You sowed an interest. She displayed some interest in in replacing the battery. Do you just kind of keep that going? It's $80, kind of sucks. Maybe you can recover some of that cost reselling the phone. I really don't expect a 7-year-old phone is
worth a couple $100 still.
Really?
It's kind of a unique phone.
I would definitely do it then.
Yeah. And it has a fresh battery in it now.
Whether you keep it or not.
Yeah. Okay.
I would replace the screen.
All right, maybe we'll do
brand new screen, brand new battery version of that phone is probably worth an okay amount.
Yeah, it's probably worth something.
Yeah.
Anyway, video coming soon on the Badminton machine 8025, but here's a much worse version of it. but it just kind of craps shuttles at you, and then you hit them. It's pretty cool. And it works surprisingly well.
Would this be rentable at the Badminton?
I don't know exactly what to do with it. I mostly got it because I always wanted one, and I thought it would be super cool, but I wasn't sure what to do with it.
It could be interesting as like a nighttime rentable thing, because during prime hours, I'm assuming you want more feet on courts.
Yeah,
I was going to say
generally.
butts and seats, but not in this case. You want feet on courts. But maybe at nighttime when you have like idle empty courts, you could rent out the practice machine.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, depending on how much people are paying to rent the machine, because it would have to have a pretty considerable cost.
Yeah.
Because we have to like set it up and tear it down.
No, absolutely.
For you, presumably. So I would assume it'd be like $100 an hour or something like that.
I have no idea.
But and it's going
to have to be not that cheap.
Yeah, it can't be super cheap.
Maybe it could be a program thing where you get like, you buy like a bundle of sessions with it or something. I
could see something like that.
Because I could see someone potentially pairing that with a training program.
Magi 1999 says that's too steep. Do you have any idea how much a coach to sit and feed you shuttles costs? Like it's
No.
so first of all, we're talking Canadian dollars, so that's something. But like coaches are over $100 an hour for the ones with like a good reputation these days. And from the limited time that I've spent with it so far, the feeding quality is super consistent.
How long does it take to set up and take down?
It's pretty quick.
How much is the cost of the thing?
It was like $8 or $9 grand. Like if you're renting, you go to like United, you go to United Rentals or something. You rent a paint sprayer, right? You're talking like a $700, or actually they're a little more than that these days. I think they're like probably closer to $1,000 plus. Like you rent like $1,000 paint sprayer, it'll easily cost you like $100+ a day, easily. Like the economics around renting stuff are kind of crazy to me. That's why we bought all the tables and chairs for Whale Land.
Yeah.
Because by the time we ran, I think it was like 3 lands. We could literally afford to just buy all of our own tables and
I just
chairs.
think like okay, so how much is a coach an hour? You said a little over 100, so it's like 115 or?
Up to like 150, 160.
Oh, okay.
Like for the really good ones. Now, obviously,
really expensive.
a machine like this is not giving you feedback on your form. So there's a trade-off there. But it also is able to feed super consistently. You will get in more reps with this. So horses for courses. I could see it being a little lower.
I mean, I have no horse in this race.
And also the shuttles. So you can't just, I don't think you can just put garbage shuttles in it. And today we stacked 2,000 Canadian dollars worth of shuttles in it. So there's a cost there because they're hitting them, right? They will wear.
Okay, so it includes the shuttle cost.
I could see that.
If you want to
being it.
soften that blow,
Yeah.
but keep it the same price, I think you lower the cost of the machine, but make someone buy effectively new shuttles with it, because you don't want bad shuttles going through it because it'll hurt the machine.
I think people would put bad shuttles in it if you don't include them. So I think it's better to have a combined rate, and we just control the quality of the projectiles.
You take your shuttles home at the end of the day when you're done playing with the machine?
No one's going to be able to do that kind of an upfront, yeah, I'm going to buy $2,000 worth of shuttles to put in it. So it would have to be provided.
I'm saying that's like part of the benefit.
You take them home?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Why?
So they would go back in the machine because they can be reused for quite a while, but it would include the wear and tear on them that you go through in your session, kind of thing. I could
How
see
do you
that.
put, so okay, because there's $2,000 worth of shuttles, whatever, they're never reloading as a user?
They might have to, but you have to. And that's like the worst part of badminton training is picking up all the stupid shuttles and
Yeah, I'm just
stacking
thinking
them.
because like this might be a sketchy part of renting it out. Is what if somebody loads a bad shuttle?
Yeah, then I think it shouldn't just like be destroyed by a slightly worn out one. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
And all the hoppers are clear, so you could see what's in it.
Got it.
So if there's like crap in it, then you could just
Clean it.
The butt heads put the thing in. You just put a new one in.
All right.
Anyway, so I've got a video coming on that. It was pretty exciting. I co-hosted it with my son. That's another thing that I think
Nice.
you guys are going to see more of. Is just like this is something that, you know, me and the family are interested in, so we're just gonna like make a video about it.
Are we doing the thing that I
I retire and I'm replaced by my children?
No,
Is that what you want?
Here.
Fine. You know what? No, fine. No, I'll quit right now. Okay, I'm back.
This.
What is this? Yeah, I don't see why not.
Should I bring
Yeah,
that
sure.
up?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Something that I've been talking to Linus about doing is my dad's system. So my dad,
It's a crazy build.
it's so wicked. My dad is a plumber by trade. He's a plumbing instructor now, and he built this case out of copper pipe. It's like fairly big copper pipe, whole frame all the way around. If you've been to Whale Land, you might have seen it. He's brought it a couple times. He wants to use the case itself as a radiator with an emergency out for like particularly hot summer days where he can connect it to an external rad just in case. But normally it should be fine. He did a bunch of math on it. He was working with Rod on it. Rod said it's such a cool case, which to me just means that it's a fact. We're gonna do. I don't think I've even mentioned this to Rod, but here we go. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to mention it now, is because I knew Rod was in chat. So we're gonna try to do that on the channel, which I think like a couple of years ago when the idea first came up, it didn't make as much sense for the channel. But with the new vibe that you're talking about, it like suddenly makes a lot of sense for the channel.
I think so too.
So there's some plans. I have yet to ask for it, but we've been thinking that like, oh man, it's such a perfect board for this. I hope they say yes. What is it? The ASUS 2006.
The anniversary one?
It's so expensive.
We
but
have
it's so
one.
perfect for it. Oh man.
It's upstairs.
It's so perfect for it.
Should I go get it?
Sure.
I think I know exactly where it is. Maybe just do a quick checkout message
like-
while I'm gone.
Impossibly perfect for this build. He's going to grab it, but there's a bunch of copper accents on it. The heat sinks are like kind of exposed copper heat sinks, and it has a back plate on the motherboard, which is just this like huge copper back plate inside of. Hey, he's going to go get it. Yeah, inside of a case that is all copper tubes. It's going to be freaking sick. I'm very excited about it. Rod's going to theoretically come up and help us build it. So it'll be myself, my dad, and Rob, and Luke, and we're gonna build away and have fun, and it should be really cool. Sorry, what were we gonna do? What did he want me to do?
Maybe a comm?
Sure. Do you have one?
Yeah, I got one for
Sweet.
you.
Yeah.
If chicken was suddenly outlawed, what would you eat for protein?
If chicken was suddenly outlawed, what would you eat for protein?
I was going to say bugs. I don't know if you'd be a bug man.
No, not so much. People immediately said eggs in Floatplane chat, and honestly, great answer, but they don't sit well with my stomach for whatever reason, so I can't do it. I think eggs would be a really good answer, but yeah, I can't do it. Something I've been enjoying lately is extra lean ground beef. What? That's the motherboard box? Are you... What? Why? Seriously? It's just like you could ship a computer in this box.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're good.
I don't know. You might have to just tip it over.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Watch the...
Oh yeah, bud.
Oh my goodness.
What the?
What? It's in a suitcase? Why does the motherboard come in a suitcase? Is there more in there, Dan? Nope. The heck? No wonder this thing costs so much. Still not there yet. There we go. Wait. Oh, this is the wrong one.
What?
Yeah, this isn't what I'm talking about.
This isn't the one you like?
No. You ripped a part off of it already. He brought out the anniversary board,
Oh, I thought.
which is the new version of it.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. This is a super cool motherboard, but not what I was talking about.
Oh, all right. Well,
This is
forget
the,
it.
like-
Get this garbage out of here then.
This is
Get this out of here. Just throw it. Throw it on the ground. What the heck? Hold on. Here you go. Okay, thanks, Daniel.
I've got it. This is the one I was talking about.
Oh.
Because you see the copper accenting on this side, but the back plate is honestly what really got us interested in this. Where can I see the back plate? Sick looking motherboard in general. Where's the back plate? Show me the back plate.
Well, I'm so disappointed. I brought you the wrong thing. I failed
Sorry.
you. Oh, Dan, we may need to adjust that camera again. Just a crazy
Oh,
idea.
these are animations. I don't care about that. Where's the back plate? These like infinite scroll websites drive me insane. They don't even show it. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Of course, Nokia has it.
Classic Nokia.
Okay, here. That's the back plate, dude.
That's insane.
And in the case that he's designed, the back plate will be fully exposed. So you'd have this like huge copper 20th anniversary ROG backplate exposed inside of this like copper framed build. So perfect.
The funniest part
yeah.
of honoring this first ROG motherboard, like this color scheme and everything from 20 years ago, is that the first ROG motherboard was a piece of shit. Like our RMA rate on it was, I kid you not, about 50%.
I remember this, yeah.
They just all came back.
Yeah, hopefully this one wouldn't be as problematic.
Hey, we should get through some sponsors real quick. Otherwise,
Sponsors.
that's going to be problematic.
Yeah.
The show is brought to you by Vessi. Hello, fellow foot havers. I have some unfortunate news for you. Summer is coming to an end, which means rain is right around the corner. The good news? Vessi's Weekend Chelsea shoe has you covered, literally. From your toes to your ankles, the Chelseas will keep your feet and socks dry. Vessi says their shoes are totally waterproof thanks to their highly breathable Dymatex weave that doesn't soak up a ton of moisture. And unlike other high-top shoes, the Weekend Chelsea are easy to put on and take off quickly thanks to the heel loop. They're built to last with grippy rubber outsoles, so your new pair of Weekend Chelseas will last right through the autumn and into the colder and slushier winter. And every pair of Vessis also comes with a whole year warranty and 30-day hassle-free returns. And if your order's over $110, they'll ship to you for free, as long as you're in North America. Your everyday escape starts with a little adventure. So grab 15% off your first pair of Vessi Weekend Chelseas using our link down below, or the QR code on the screen, or by going to vessi.com/WAN show. The show is also brought to you by Wispr Flow. Voice-to-text apps and devices don't always convey the message you're trying to get across. They misspell words, accuracy gets lost in longer documents, and they may not be compatible with the apps you need. Wispr Flow wants to show you a better way. You don't have to accept the typos and weird formatting to get your point across. Wispr Flow is speech to text that records what you're actually trying to say. It's able to learn in real time, so if you're trying to say the name of a coworker, the app can learn or draw from a contacts database and nail the correct spelling. No more Luke, laugh, Ren, fair in the DMs.
Aw.
It's built to work with any app, like Gmail, Slack, Notes, the LLM of your choice, and so many more. And it doesn't matter how fast you write or type, Wispr Flow just will help you work faster. That means more yapping and less thumb tapping. It works in all the places you do your best thinking, like on walks, while commuting, even when you have a genius idea in the shower. So don't lose your best ideas in translation. Instead, get your first month of Wispr Flow Pro totally free. We'll have it linked in the video description. The show is also brought to you by XSQUARE. XSQUARE builds general-purpose robots for logistics, warehouses, household, and other fulfillment operations. Each robot is built to continuously assess changing parcel piles, determine what to pick and how to grasp it, and adjust its actions as conditions change. During a recent live stream, this was actually flipping nuts. XSQUARE systems achieved a throughput of 1,816 parcels per hour with an accuracy rate of over 98%, which beat major competitors' average of 1248 per hour. They do this with Wall B, their proprietary embodied AI foundation model. Instead of a traditional pre-programmed set of rules that other robots follow, XSQUARE's robots can adjust on the fly, so as parcels are added, they can figure out how to grab and organize accordingly. The arms operate on a 6-axis system, which is perfect for picking, flipping, flattening, repositioning, and handling boxes. And even if something is blocking a box, the system can automatically reassess and retry on its own without the need for human intervention. The arms can stop what they're doing at opportune moments to make sure errors are avoided, like a parcel going down the wrong chute, and you can learn more about XSQUARE using our link in the video description. Finally, the show is brought to you by Ahrefs. When people need help with something, a lot of the time it just makes sense for them to Google it. And if you want to help them and make money while you're at it, you're going to want to be near the top of that Google search. Ahrefs is a free toolkit to help you do just that. It's for marketing teams, businesses, as well as for creators and makers. They offer a suite of tools that don't just make your brand or business easier to find online, but help you understand why you are or aren't popping up in the searches you want. Their web analytics shows you traffic data that helps it. Their website analytics show you traffic data like who's visiting your website and where they're coming from, and it can be broken down into easy to read graphs. Ahrefs can even run full SEO audits of your website, scanning for over 170 different technical issues that might be affecting your performance. Is one of them just being over 40? Sorry. They'll show you where your website ranks with specific Google keywords, so you know what strengths to lean into more as well. Take your digital marketing knowledge to the next level for free with Ahrefs. Ahrefs. We're going to have them linked down below. My braces are driving me nuts. I had an appointment this week, and we're so close. We're so close, man.
They crank them on you again?
We just got, every time. But you just got to get this one turned a little bit. Just turn that one a little bit, and then we're done.
You're free?
Then we're done. Get them off.
Yeah.
I'm really not looking forward to that appointment, though. Grinding is the worst for me. I hate the grinding. And they have to grind off the glue that held all the brackets on. So and then popping the brackets off. They actually had to reposition this bracket. So they have you bite down on a thing and pulling it off.
Right after getting them in place, just yank on them.
It's going to be great, man.
Do you have your crossbar on your bottom teeth?
They'll probably put that on when I'm done. I'll ask for a permanent retainer there.
Yeah, I got that when I was a kid, and I asked the guy, oh, when do I get this off? And he said when I was I don't even know. I was 12, so the age that he told me felt like I would be ancient, and I think it's roughly now. But I don't think I'm going to get removed anyways, because it's just part of me at this point. But I remember him telling me that and being oh, I'm doomed forever. But unlike the rest, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, something on the inside I think I'd be fine with. It's just the way they shred up my lips.
Yeah, it never shreds anything.
Yeah.
I can scratch my tongue on it. Feels great. It's good.
Nice. So that's another thing that, over the last few years wouldn't have been a video on LTT. It's me just talking about my braces adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas now it will be.
There's technology involved.
There is.
You tried 3D printed ones?
3D printed ceramic brackets.
Oh, they currently are?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, and they suck.
Yeah.
And so that'll be my review. Is they are a giant boatload of ass.
Which might actually help a ton of people.
Which legitimately probably will.
Including if you mentioned how
I'll be naming and shaming them.
Cut your lips up and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had braces when I was a kid. That was never a problem.
Oh,
there
yeah.
was problems.
Oh, yeah. It's been very suck.
I kissed somebody and our braces got connected together.
That's pretty funny.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
But that's the problem, not my mouth getting cut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else? I guess we could maybe do some topics. That would be crazy. No, man. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, yeah. We'll better do a couple topics first. YouTube is raising the bar on monetization. Citing the need to keep pace with the growth of the platform, YouTube will be increasing the requirements for new creators who are applying to the YouTube Partner Program. Potential partners will still need 1,000 subscribers, but will now need 8,000 qualified watch hours in the last year or 20 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days. This is up from 4,000 qualified watch hours and 10 million qualified shorts views. Our discussion question here is, what advice would you give a creator trying to make a content creation a career in 2026?
I know one of the main topics that I've seen around online. Okay, there's been a bunch of stuff. Honestly, one of the genuinely best resources for content creation stuff I've seen in a long time is some of Ludwig's classes from Streamer University. They're like genuinely extremely good, and I think if you're trying to get into this stuff, you should go watch it. One of the takeaways from that was I think he said packaging is like 70% of the deal or something, and he's not wrong.
Yeah. So I hate how important it is.
It is very, very frustrating, but it is incredibly important. I think we've talked before, but I've seen view graphs go like 4x from having a better thumbnail and title.
I mean,
and I have also seen retention go up with that. So you have like a more accurate title, which everyone says that you have to do, and then you get a title that's more clickable, but that doesn't lie, and your retention and your views go up.
I mean, we saw this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what?
This WAN show had crazy live numbers. Like, we peaked over 15,000 or something like that, even though we're on a new channel that doesn't even have that many subscribers. By the way, make sure you're subscribed to the WAN show channel. Anywho, the week before peaked at more like 5,000 or 6,000. The week after peaked at more like 6,000, I think. And then this week, we're sitting at like 5,000 right now, which means we're probably tracking somewhere between 6,000 and 6,500. So the channel's like doing good. Time. It's growing, it's happening. But this one crushed it.
3x out of nowhere.
So I reached out to YouTube. I'm like, yo, what was up with that? Like, the VOD didn't perform particularly out of line with everything else. It's a little better, but like 3x? What is that? And they're basically just like, oh yeah, it seems like it's related to Minecraft, interest in Minecraft. I'm like, I don't think that fully checks out. And B, I don't personally love that, a format that people tune into, week in, week out. You guys are deciding whether to serve, because it got way more impressions. Like, it was served way more impressions. So,
retention was also good, though.
So, well, it was, but it's the same as a typical WAN show. It wasn't any different.
It was the same, which is the crazy
part.
Yeah,
so why is it getting 3 times the live engagement? And it's basically because the packaging. Somehow, Minecraft resonated with the YouTube algorithm in that moment, and we got 3 times the viewership. So that gives you some idea just how important it is, because I don't think there is a format that we've ever done that is more consistent week to week than the WAN show. Yeah. It's these two guys talking, and sometimes, he pops in, and we just yik-yak.
We have intentionally never even changed the thumbnails, I think, from literally ever. I think the thumbnails are just exactly the same as they've always been. So that's really important, is that packaging is like literally more than half of the equation.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Do a lot of A/B testing. I'm not going to out them, but I talked to a creator that probably almost everyone watching knows at OpenSauce, and I was poking around a lot of different creators. How many revisions do you do of your thumbnail and title after the video is uploaded? That was the main thing I was trying to poke at. And someone, huge creator, like 12. Crazy. Like every time. Like, it's huge deal. The other one would be the and this is going to sound really negative to say, and there's probably a way more positive way to say it, but the like viewer quality funnel. If you get a TikTok, a YouTube short, an Instagram reel or something like that, if you get a view on there, it is worth very little.
Yeah.
Very, very, very little. If you can offload that to some form of VOD, most likely YouTube, long form video content, most likely YouTube. There are other ones. That value goes way up. YouTube's in a pretty good sweet spot where you can get a lot of discovery. You can get your channel out there. You can get your name out there. You can be found pretty easily through anything. YouTube long form content.
I mean, I'd argue long form is getting harder, not better.
Way harder, but it's still in a like sweet spot range.
Better than anyone else, that's for sure.
So it's way easier to get views than a lot of other platforms, way easier to be discovered than a lot of other platforms, and you can still make money because it's a long form YouTube video. YouTube is pushing shorts like crazy. They are actively killing a lot of their long form creators. There are a lot of long form creators that are shrinking, laying people off, failing entirely, etc. Largely, in a lot of people's opinions, due to shorts just taking over the watch time of the platform.
Yeah.
YouTube has kind of saturated the world as its watch base, so it kind of shifts its own watch time around on the platform, and they've shifted stuff away from VOD and towards shorts.
If you ask YouTube, they'll say, well, that's what viewers demand, and if we weren't giving it to them, TikTok would or Facebook would.
And if you ask the users and the creators, they're like, why are you shoving it down my throat so much? I'm not demanding this at all. You're like brain dopamine mind controlling me into staying on these shorts for so long. It's not what I actually want. But anyways, the like generally seen as highest quality view is an active live streamed view. So that funnel can be very tough because discovery on live stream platforms might as well not even exist.
He was going to do it if I didn't.
Discovery on Twitch is effectively useless.
Yeah.
It like might as well not even be there. But having an audience of, let's say 150 people, where over the course of your stream you're averaging, I don't know, like 1,000 different people coming in and out, and your VOD on Twitch gets like 2,000-3,000 views, that can be a successful full-time creator.
Right.
That many views on YouTube, not even close.
That many views on shorts, it's nothing.
Will make literally nothing probably. You probably won't earn enough to get a payout. So it's like it's this ramping thing. It doesn't mean that views on short stuff is worthless. It just means you're going to need like millions.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that views on YouTube are worthless. They're absolutely not. Views on YouTube are worth a bunch. But it also doesn't mean that if you see someone on Twitch with a viewer count that doesn't seem super high, that doesn't mean that it's not super valuable. It kind of slides on this chain. And you can try to promote your viewers jumping over. Like you can try to promote your viewers jumping from shorts to long form. It's hard. Very difficult. It's tough. Yeah, there you go. Because a lot of people are going to watch that short and then just scroll on by. But if you can convert them, that can be quite valuable.
That's some good advice. I have nothing to add.
Hell yeah.
Where did that come from?
A merch message, wasn't it?
Excuse me?
A calm.
Nice.
I don't remember. Checkout message. There we go.
Solid.
Totally.
Speaking of Twitch, Luke mentioned him a couple times. A new Twitch feature trains Amazon's generative AI on users' channels by default. It would be a shame if anybody watched this WAN show and I were to say, if you want to disable that, you go to the security and privacy tab of your Twitch user settings and look for training and generative AI. And go ahead and disable that. Obviously, Twitch should have made this an opt-in program, but they actually did address this. That's what Luke is reacting to. Twitch Chief Product Officer Mike Minton said, if it was opt-in, nobody would opt in. So it's going to be on by default. That is probably the best example of saying the quiet part out loud that we have seen in at least a solid year on the WAN show. Like, I can't think of a more on-the-nose assessment.
That made me breathe out of my nose so hard that it's itchy now. Wow, that's amazing. That almost feels like it's like begrudgingly said.
Serendipity says, hold on, he has a point.
I mean, he really does. He super does. Oh, man.
Meanwhile, McDonald's is making dossiers on their loyalty program. Our notes say, this is great, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm not loving it. Reese Rogers, superhero name detected, a Wired reporter requested his McDonald's loyalty app data and received an extensive, this is not a typo, 515-page dossier that detailed his orders, visits, favorite locations, spending habits, and, this one's the kicker for me, predicted behavior. McDonald's algorithm even assigned him an attrition score of 0, predicting that he was essentially never going to stop eating Mickey D's. McDonald's is now reportedly pooling loyalty data from 220 million customers across 70 markets into a global AI system that is designed to learn from billions of transactions. The AI seems to be geared towards improving suggestion and recommendation algorithms to influence customer behaviors. Our gentleman who prepared this, Nathan, he has put in a thought here. They're about to make some sort of horrifying, malevolent clown AI. They'll turn Ronald McDonald into the Pennywise of the internet age. Everything floats, more like everything French fries. Thank you for that, Nathan. That was definitely worth reading. He did add something worth me reading it. He actually wrote a tech quickie about dynamic surveillance pricing recently, and a former FTC chief technologist told us, loyalty programs function as data harvesting machines. And how aware are you of that in your day-to-day life? Do you think our viewers should be more conscious of it? And I absolutely think that's the case. This is our discussion question. But it's funny, as recently as yesterday when I visited my orthodontist, they asked me, hey, are you entering to win our draw? Do you collect our points? And I make a conscious decision not to collect points pretty much anywhere. The one exception is air miles, because we fly so much as a company that, do you remember that year that our entire Christmas party
all the gift cards
giveaway thing was gift cards? Yeah. That was basically...
It wasn't the entire thing. It was just a lot.
There was just a lot.
There was a ton.
Well, what happened was a miscommunication. Someone asked me, hey, should I blow all the air miles on rewards for the Christmas party? And I was like, sure. I didn't know how much it was. Stuff happens.
That's a fun way of communicating that.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, so, okay, what I'm learning is I just shouldn't have told you the cost of the switches. I should have just said, we'll just need to buy a couple switches. And then you would have been like, yeah, sure. And then I could have just had my budget approval now.
That is not the lesson from this.
I think that's the lesson.
That has nothing to do with this.
I think that's what I just learned.
I don't think so.
Just be more vague. Suggest it might not be as bad as it is. Or in that case, as good.
Oh.
That's the lesson.
Yeah, Bent Bob brings up a really good point. Loyalty programs can also be engines to enshify. They can dial down discounts to the lowest level that will still appeal to you, and then fine-tune it. So everyone's getting personalized discounts that
absolutely.
are just enough for them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Gross.
Do you want to pick one?
Speaking of not gross, New Mexico judge orders Meta to pay nearly $1 billion. I have been tracking so far since the beginning of the show. Has the world spent that much money on AI yet since the beginning of the show? Apparently, no. But over a tenth of it. So that's cool. Judge Brian Beedscheid. Judge Brian wrote in a judgment that Meta is a cause of and has substantially contributed to a public nuisance in New Mexico and is required to abate that public nuisance. Well said. Meta will be required to contribute $567 million to a fund meant to cover mental health care. The remaining $375 million, no, I did not think 567 was close to $1 billion. The remaining $375 million comes in the form of civil penalties. Meta reported $60.8 billion in revenue and $15.85 billion in net income in Q2 2026. So the combined penalties work out to just under 6% of quarterly income, which is
actually a lot given that this is just one state.
A pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And fun part, learned this from Lemonade Stand, it's like a bunch of states trying to do this all right now. And this one just worked. So this could be like a huge deal.
Well, maybe it worked. Meta does plan to appeal the decision, of course.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get it
Is it just
lower,
me or
but I think it's going to go through.
Sometimes the appeals process seems like really important.
And other times it's like...
But other times, does it just feel like gumming up the works? Like if you want to appeal something...
Oh, that's their goal.
Should it basically just have to happen right away? Like how can we make things...
Should you gain a reputation as a company?
Yeah.
For your appeals?
Should it be kind of like I mean, okay, I'm going to bring it back to badminton for the second time in a single WAN show. So
Nice.
you can actually appeal the line judge's call.
Okay.
So they could call it in, and you could say, no, I think that was out. You put up your hand. But there's actually, you can only do it a limited number of times. And then I believe in hockey, you can ask for a review, and then if you fail, there's like a
Something.
downside.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hockey.
That could be kinda
downside
sick.
of appealing a call.
I also think this should be an uneven thing.
Your opponent gets a power play
Oh, wow.
if
Yeah.
you're wrong.
I like that. Something like that.
Like, can we add a
I think
penalty to
if you are
appeals?
a company and you make over a certain amount of money, there should be penalties for appealing, because you know that company's going to have an army of freaking lawyers and stuff. We're not talking about random individuals. I don't necessarily want this to be true for like random Joe Blow walking down the street.
Yeah, like I wasn't there. I couldn't possibly have robbed that store.
I want to appeal.
Yeah.
I don't want this applying
Check your
to
flock
that person.
cameras.
Yeah. I don't want this applying to this person. I do want this applying to multi-billion-dollar mega corporations that have armies of lawyers. I do want this applying to them. So it's like, and there's tons of laws that work that way. So it should be a threshold thing. But I would love that. That would be fantastic. But yeah, apparently this is like, finally, and man, honestly, like, what did it take our generation getting to the point where we're like very well established famous lawyers or something? I don't know what, but like
know.
finally these companies are being looked at as like, oh, they might be causing insanely severe amounts of damage to like our youth and honestly just everyone, and maybe something should happen about that. Like, thank God.
Hornplaya says appeals require a bond, and depending on the amount in question, that can be expensive enough to deter. But I guess that plays perfectly into what Luke is saying, where if you're a large enough company that's just like
Who cares?
cost of doing business, then apparently we need something more than that, because they just appeal everything and it takes forever. And then by the time it's actually finally settled, you get like what, $5 and a coupon for Starbucks. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Yeah. Yeah, I would like it to benefit the groups more as well. So like, okay, Meta is required to contribute $567 million to a fund to cover mental health care. Okay, well that should just be more. If they appeal and fail, you're going to help mental health care even more, because I'm assuming you're taking these groups back into court, wasting more of their time, wasting more of their money. That is, you are making life worse for them again. You should be on the hook for that.
Oh no, I know Hornplaya. You weren't defending it, just giving an example of an attempt that just is not addressing the underlying issue. I got it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Discussion question. Do you think this judgment is large enough to be more than just a cost of doing business?
Potentially times many more states and regions.
I think because this is just New Mexico, I think it's pretty good, actually. You multiply that out by all the different states, my God.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Now we're really talking.
Now we're talking maybe don't do that.
Now we're talking more than your income for that quarter. It's just a quarter.
Yeah, I know.
My God. But still, we start talking about real numbers once you start getting up to all the different states that are involved with this. Do we have any information on how many different states? Because it's a ton of them. I don't think it's
remember.
every single state.
I do think we have to move on, though, because
okay.
we have quite a few topics left.
Yeah, good call. I can't find it in here. Anyways.
This is pretty cool. GeForce NOW exploit lets you access the full Windows desktop through a simple file swap. Modder Zortos, working with developer
Sick.
D-Pad Guy, found a way
Sick.
to escape GeForce NOW's game streaming sandbox and land on the full Windows desktop of NVIDIA's cloud hardware. So you launch the free-to-play game Trove, click the publisher's name to open the built-in browser, navigate to the C drive through the address bar, and swap the game's executable with a replacement file. Then launch the game again, and instead of Trove, you get a full Windows 11 desktop with taskbar, start menu, and system tools. The ultimate tier machine that Zortos landed on was running a 32-core AMD EPYC, 56 gigs of system RAM, and an RTX Pro 6000D with 48 gigs of VRAM. So that's the data center card behind the tier that NVIDIA markets as 5080 class performance. Once inside, It's basically a rentable high-end cloud PC for just $20 a month. Zortos fired up LM Studio and loaded a 31 billion parameter local AI model and was able to run it at a very usable 41 tokens per second. Others have installed games outside of GeForce Now's catalog, like GTA 5, and D-Pad Guy built an open source tool called Salsa Now to streamline the whole thing.
That's so sick.
Now, this does violate NVIDIA's terms of service, and it could get your account banned. It also only works on paid tiers, and session time limits do still apply. Also, the results are inconsistent, as some users report sessions closing the moment that File Explorer opens, and NVIDIA will almost certainly patch it now that it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty funny, and given that NVIDIA sells this exact hardware for AI at enterprise prices, and someone just got it for $20 a month with a file swap, I thought it was a pretty cool find. Good job. It's hilarious.
Wonderful job.
It also shows us how much more we're paying for this stuff just because of the AI we're running on it versus what it's actually worth. Because NVIDIA can clearly operate GeForce Now profitably at $20 a month.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Womp, womp.
Speaking of, I don't even know. Intel has filed a patent application for some space data center concepts that would use a few powerful satellites higher up to manage thousands of simpler low... Wait, what? Really? Why?
I mean, isn't that the question?
Okay, the higher, like literally boss satellites. It's like their office is at the top of the tower. Like, okay, what are we talking about? Would handle routing, coordination, and other heavy computing. Maybe it gives you like more line of sight. Reducing reliance on ground-based processing and ground stations. The goal is cheaper, simpler satellites and a more scalable network, but this is still a patent concept, not a sign Intel is building it. On top of that, Intel's latest filing is a continuation of a patent application that dates back to 2022, so it's not exactly a brand new Intel project.
Are we
What?
Are we still not over the whole data centers in space thing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to be going on for a little while.
Okay, cool. And then when are we going to get bored of that? And
I don't. Whenever the next earnings call for some company Elon's involved in is, and then he has to come up with some other new thing that he's doing now.
Because I'm like what like data centers in the Kuiper Belt. Like what's the?
I like that.
Like what's
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but like what?
Data center asteroids.
Yeah, how do we just? What's the new shiny that we can come up with so that we can move on from this?
Data center asteroid sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, data center on moon even.
What if we made Data Moon?
Data moon.
So we have two moons.
Oh, that's no moon. It's a space data center station.
Sick.
Our discussion question here is, what concerns do you have about putting thousands and thousands more satellites into orbit? Space junk is already a significant problem. And the more space junk there is, the more pieces of shrapnel can go zinging through something and cause more fragments, which is going to cause more data center junk, which is going to make it even harder. Like Earth's, I didn't really think about it until I was out of the city recently for some reason or other, and I was somewhere where you can actually see the sky. And I couldn't believe how many fucking satellites there were. Like, look, it's overcast here 160 days out of the year, okay? It just doesn't come up that often. But, like, when I was a kid, I lived in a rural area, and I used to just, lie out on our trampoline of all things, and, like, I would look up at the sky. And there weren't so many satellites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
There's a lot now.
There's pictures from the Artemis 2 mission that people took from inside the Orion capsule back towards Earth. And there's one particular series where he was trying to just take a bunch of photos to kind of see if he had set things up correctly. And you can see kind of a time lapse not because he was intentionally taking time-lapse photos, but he spammed the shutter a bit. You can see a time-lapse, and you can see a decent amount of the satellites kind of sparkling as they move a little bit around the Earth, and it's like, oh, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, so
few.
Floatplane chat is talking about Kessler syndrome. So just all this high-speed crap ripping around the Earth at tens of thousands of kilometers an hour and just shredding anything that tries to pass through it. If we want to be a multi-planetary species, then we actually do need to not put too much garbage in orbit around the Earth.
It's a bit of a problem. There's also stuff where it theoretically, a lot of it will slowly kind of deorbit itself because it's not gaining any more.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, it can take a long time, but
E-Gadget Guy says there's so much room up there. It's not as bad as you think. But that's the attitude that got us to the point where we have the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Ozone layer, dude.
There's so much ocean.
The ozone layer is so thick. It's so thick and beautiful. Nothing will ever hurt the ozone layer. There's so much stuff to heat up.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about global warming.
Yeah.
There's so much to absorb it. The Earth is huge.
Yeah.
What are you even talking about?
Should be fine.
Yeah.
What's one smokestack?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, this'll...
Ocean absorbs that stuff anyways.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. Burn more jet fuel.
Yeah. I mean, one of the huge problems with this is like you think data centers are expensive now.
Right?
What about when you have to launch them into space?
Yeah, what are we... Like, what... This is the thing that's, like, killing me about this whole idea is, what are we even talking about?
Well, we're talking about infinite budgets for AI. So if your budget for AI is infinite and all of the people on Earth is going to ban you from building data centers, you're just going to launch them into space. I think that's like the real argument. Is you know what? New York, you know what? Texas, you know what? Everywhere else that is putting memorandums on building data centers and whatever, we're just going to put them in space.
But then, it's even stupider than that, though, Luke, because you could also put them in Antarctica, and then all you would need is communication satellites. Like, just, and then that takes care of the cooling.
I don't think you can, but I understand your point.
I
Even
just
Northern
mean,
Canada, whatever. Yeah,
sure.
I understand your point.
But it just, yeah, I mean, that's why, what's their name? That's why Hetzner has their second, like, main data center in, like, the Nordic region. Because they're just like, oh, yeah, we can just air cool everything for, like, most of the year. And I pretty much guarantee you that within reason, anything terrestrial is going to be better than sticking it up into space. Okay, that's not necessarily true, actually.
Ben34 said, I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned latency being a problem. It's actually a lot less of a problem than you'd think.
Yeah,
that's why Starlink is like actually pretty effective.
Yeah, it's not the latency is I think is a really easy gotcha, but it's also really easy to counter because
for AI
it's
tasks.
Whatever. Exactly. It's good enough to return a response to how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Like, it's fine for that.
Great question.
And to me, the bigger issues are cooling. Not that there's no way to cool them, but just that we're talking about these like colossal. Like, here's the thing. Out of the two sides of their mouths, the same AI drum beaters will tell you that AI data centers in space is a great idea and the cooling is a solved problem, and then also be building data centers that are like so with an atmosphere, like with actual other molecules to bump up against and transfer thermal energy to, that cooling these things is a huge challenge and really costly and really energy intensive and really difficult. And it's like, okay, which one is it? Because it can't be both. If you're talking, we're using super energy efficient hardware in orbit that we can cool with relative ease, then that's fine. We have these like giant radiation arrays or radiator arrays, right? If you're talking the kind of energy density, like I was reading on Serve the Home, apparently the guess for AMD's latest Instinct GPU, or is it even a GPU, AI processor, the estimate that Patrick had was 2,000 watts each. What was the total thermal dissipation capacity of the ISS? It's not much. According to the AI overview, so make of that what you will, it's about 70,000 watts.
There's also some
So
really...
what? 35 GPUs? Have you seen their dissipation array on the ISS? It's huge. And that doesn't even account for any of the supporting infrastructure for those GPUs. It's just fucking asinine.
That's actually something I'm not super aware of, is the dissipation array. I know they have the crazy solar panel array.
It's big.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's big.
Because I know this one. I looked this up, but like the temperature swings of the ISS can be really, really wild.
Yeah.
Like the shady side can be like negative a huge amount of degrees, and the side facing the sun for a really long time can be like the surface temperature can be just extremely hot. Yeah, it's wild. Wild.
So
it's
hold on.
a fun thought experiment.
Yeah, Magi99 goes, you have 2,000 watt GPUs? I don't. But here, hold on. What is it? The MI 355X? Is that the new one that's just coming out? Like just announced? No. Well, dang it. What's the new one? Newest AMD this was like just this week. New Instinct announcement. MI 455X. Yeah, Patrick from Serve the Home estimated that it could be as high as 2,000 watts per GPU. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And there is no sign whatsoever that the energy use of these processors is going down. If anything, the entire industry is looking at them going, this number is going up. They're talking about putting microchannels into the dies to get liquid into the fucking dies to take the heat away. And we're talking, I'm going to use a solar
Bringus did it first.
heat radiation array. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, and to be clear, I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying, obviously, it is cheaper to do it on the ground. Obviously. So, okay, good luck with that. Wiley Giraffe says it's an engineering problem, but it's an engineering problem that there is no need to solve. Because there's actually a lot of terrestrial places that don't have a data center yet. And like, look, I know that one of the arguments is that you've got solar power that is unimpeded by the inconvenient atmosphere down here. Right? Solar power is good, right?
Solar power is really good.
But that's yet another giant array that you're going to have on this thing. And like, again, literally, like how big does this solar power need to be to do my 35 GPUs, to do 70,000 watts? So these things are like, they're basically going to look like TIE fighters. You'll have your little data center, you'll have your like dissipation, you'll have your power array. They just want the lawlessness of space, says Krell.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think
Slop fighter. Yeah. Evicus says, why not build a data center on a mountain? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, we could solve the problem of data center in space. But why don't we just use those resources to solve the problem of data center in the Arctic or data center on a mountain? Like, there are other places we could go that we do not need a rocket ship to get to. I think they just want to fly their rocket ships.
Yeah, no.
Like,
that's what I was saying. I think it's mostly just a fun question.
Yeah.
Because if you take it not super seriously, but then the more seriously you take it, the kind of fun it is at the same time. And I think this is a very like San Francisco kind of thing. where like you want to
think even bigger.
Yeah, accelerationism, whatever. Like, let's just
Sure.
have fun with this thought experiment, and then maybe we do it. Oh, who knows? But I think, running power and internet infrastructure to somewhere in like northern BC or something, or the Yukon or whatever, Northwest Territories data centers, makes more sense to me than flying rockets for huge sets of hardware infrastructure and then dealing with, a chunk of some other data center just ripped off 12 of your solar panels and now your data center just shut down. That sucks. Time to launch a rocket about it.
What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? And then you've got Russia showing off their new beam thing that can shut down SpaceX satellites. So that'll be convenient.
Yeah. Everyone should have known things like that were going to be a goal the second everyone on the planet saw how incredibly important SpaceX is to the war in Ukraine. Like the second you saw that, the second you saw how impactful it was cutting Ukraine off of it,
Russia.
Both. The second you saw, I was just going to say that as the second one. The second you saw how impactful cutting both sides off from it was, then, that's a massive bat signal to Russia. That's a massive bat signal to China to make sure that they have some ability to shut this thing down.
Cool.
I mean, even Sputnik. Like, the Americans were like, oh, God, what is this weapon of war?
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, I don't blame them
yeah,
at the height of the Cold War.
not at all. Yeah.
Bernardo Baruch says, political WAN show, ? This is not political. This is
not
just a
political at all.
fact. It's a fact that when a potential threat emerges and it's very obvious to everyone how threatening it is, that someone will try and figure out how to counter said threat. That's just, that's just a thing that happens.
There have also been lots of ideas for things in space that haven't become a thing, even though they might be an interesting thought experiment. Have you never heard of this
I
before?
haven't heard rods from God.
Project Thor, just huge, dumb. I'm saying dumb because there's no, as far as my understanding goes, there's no electronics on them or anything. They're just tungsten rods they put in space. Then the idea would be that you just kind of drop it. And then it's a tungsten rod coming from space.
It's like
just-
So it
lawn
just needs
darts.
to kind of whack into something and it's gone. that was the idea. And
So
then they
this
were
just
like,
turns whatever you don't like into a crater.
yeah,
Okay.
kinetic bomb.
Yeah.
Someone said that in chat. That is, I think, generally what they're referred to. The problem is it's a giant tungsten rod.
Well, you just put little pieces at a time up there.
You need to
Assemble
get into
them up there.
space. Yeah, it's a very old idea, and it was ditched a long time ago because it turns out things like ICBMs are actually just a lot more reasonable than a rack of massive tungsten rods that you just keep in space for
So
some reason.
do we need Veritasium to be the one to tell us that data centers in space are not economical and will never be
They
economical?
won't listen to him.
I know. Just-
They're not going to listen to anybody. Can I throw a weird take out there?
Sure.
I think someone's going to do it to some degree.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's no
I wouldn't
question.
even be surprised if there was like little practice versions,
Yep.
like a Jeff Geerling style. Oh, I'm going to make my data center, but it's going to be out of like CubeSats.
And there-
CubeSats. There we go.
There are even ways that it could make sense. Like that's something I'd like to make very clear right now. Is I'm not even anti-progress or like I hate the idea. Like a perfect example of something that it could be useful for is having some data storage sitting on a Starlink satellite. If I was someone like a Netflix, for instance, could there be a benefit to putting my data closer to the customer? Yeah. I mean, remember.
This is gonna be dude. The some of this makes fun pivot is, or some of this makes sense pivot is going to be a really fun part of this conversation.
Because, like, do you remember when Netflix first started rolling out boxes with their entire library closer to the home?
Yeah. Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, they're super cool. And the Netflix film library is actually not very big.
Yeah.
So, if every Starlink satellite had, a dozen hard drive bays on it, and someone wanted to cache important data closer to these rural customers, I could see something like that making a ton of sense. Maybe not actually for Netflix, because the latency doesn't really matter. So cutting down on, one trip might not be, but I don't know. Maybe it would make sense. Whatever is a super high percentage of your traffic is going to make sense to minimize how many hops it takes. And so, yeah, or even having a small amount of compute there. Like I hope we get to the point where I can just have my AI be on device. But if we don't get there, and if, satellite cellular phones become more of a thing, which I'd be super into because better coverage. Why not? I can open my freaking garage door. That would be great, right? So if you had to put a little bit of compute on the satellite instead of, on the data center that it then has to hop over to.
That's not a data center, though.
That's not a data center. But that could help. So you have a little bit of, I think you could make the argument. I think what's going to happen is they're going to move the goalposts to, every Starlink satellite has some storage and some compute on it.
We've had a data center in space this whole time.
Now we're a data center and space company. Now we're worth $2 trillion.
When it comes to space data centers, they don't have to all be physically linked together. I mean,
Starlink satellites
optical layer is more effective in. This is what I'm saying. Optical layer is more effective in space. Anyways, I could see that goalpost move happening.
Yeah,
and honestly, that makes a lot more sense. It was mind blowing to me that, and I think I've talked to you about this before, but when the ISS was talking to the Orion shuttle, so Artemis 2, basically everyone watched it. When they were moving around, they had a call with the ISS. I just assumed, because I know they have optical networking, that this would be point to point to both of them. Have I talked to you about this?
I read the same article you did, I think.
I didn't read an article on this.
Oh, I came across something that talked about this, though.
So I assumed it was going to be really fast. It wasn't. There was 6 seconds of delay. And I was trying to figure out, okay, what's happening here? Because where is 6 seconds coming from? Because if you look at the light time to get to Earth, so okay, let's assume it's going to Earth and then back up. If you look at the light time involved with that, still shouldn't be 6 seconds. 6 seconds is a lot. And it was a very, very big delay. Turns out they're still using stuff from, I'm going top of dome right now, so I'm not really going to remember, but it's the 70s or 80s. It's Deep Space Network from a bajillion years ago. Yeah. And it's muxing and processing time is a massive part of that equation.
It's crazy.
So I could see, okay, we want to freaking base on the moon, bros. We might need to, update some of our infrastructure maybe for once. Maybe NASA might need more than 0.4% of the U.S. budget. And they update things like the Deep Space Network so that we can maybe communicate within space and then bounce things back down, etc. And that might need more of these types of things, but I still don't feel like I'm looking at
data center
what most people think of as a data center, and then I'm just copy and pasting that, but the layer is now space instead of ground.
You won't hear an argument from either of us that there should be no compute in space.
Yeah, there already is.
There already is, and there should be more.
Probably.
But data center has a very specific, maybe not even meaning, but it definitely has a very specific connotation.
And some of the pictures and stuff that people have released from some of these brainstorming sessions are what you're thinking of, and which is massive physical thing.
Very stupid.
Yeah. But some distributed compute network that is effectively Starlink 2 or something like that.
Sure.
Could totally make sense. They did say they wanted to build satellite internet over the moon before we sent people to live there. Oh, yeah, there's tons of stages to Artemis and stuff. I just be talking.
All right. Tor, a nonprofit organization focused on protecting people's privacy and helping them bypass internet censorship, has a new Android app called Snowflake Volunteer. This is pretty cool. It's kind of like the news recently where major TV brands got busted for having crappy malware apps in their stores that were basically turning your TV into an endpoint for like a ne'er-do-well like proxy network, except the good version. This is the Jedi version of that Sith monstrosity.
Yeah.
So it's called Snowflake Volunteer, and it lets you share your internet connection to help users in censored countries get online. Snowflake works by disguising censored users' Tor traffic so it's harder for governments or network operators to identify and block it. Connections are routed through short-lived, volunteer-operated proxies. A broker will automatically find another proxy if one is blocked. Here's an even simpler summary. It's pretty much like an internet relay system that helps folks get on the internet around censorship of their connection. The app makes volunteering pretty easy. Users can leave it running in the background and share some bandwidth without having to set up complicated infrastructure. Daily unique proxy IPs have already risen from about 1,300 in May to 1,700 in June, a 29% increase according to Tor. It's available on Google Play and F-Droid, and its source code is publicly available, which is pretty cool. Obviously, when you're deciding to trust a technology like this, I can't personally say that I've pored over every line of the source code, but it being open source and nonprofit, and Tor, I've heard of them, I think contributes to a greater degree of trust that I would have in a project like this. And it seems like it's a pretty noble cause compared to, using your internet connection to collect more data and sell more advertising and just generally be crappy and like coordinate bot attacks and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of third-party app stores, Google Play Store starts distributing third-party app stores. That's happening. After a long court battle, Google is opening the Play Store to third-party app and game stores in the US. They will only be accessible via links or direct searches, and Google says they will enforce their policies from the Play Store on these third-party stores, but will not review every app in these stores, nor will they handle updates or payments. Installing a store is basically like installing any other Android app, and the first third-party store, not an endorsement, haven't even looked at it, is called Aptoide Games. Okay.
Never heard of that.
9to5 Google reported that the only additional step when using a third-party app store is accepting the install prompt after the app is downloaded. These changes come as Google prepares to lock down the Play Store to verified developers only, and it's not yet clear how third-party stores will or won't be impacted by the new developer rules. If there's one thing that Epic did that made me happy, it was finally addressing the absolute garbage fire of App Store and Play Store policies on iOS and Android respectively. It frustrated me more than it probably should have, because to me it was very, 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 very painfully obvious that there was monopolistic antitrust stuff going on with both of them. Watching people just try so hard to lick the boots of these in some case, trillion-dollar corporations that they ended up lodged in their rectums. Like, I just can't. It was so hard for me to watch people defend Apple and Google's behavior around this stuff. And it makes me extremely glad that some semblance of regulation still works a little bit. I'm not sure if it actually made it into the doc for this week, but Apple is still being kind of a little bitch about their ruling, and they're trying to kind of drag their butts and stuff.
Yeah,
but the change is happening. The change is happening.
Speaking about change, this is a bit of a shorter show. Did we announce these? We did, right?
No.
Oh, I think it's time for those.
Really should.
Yeah.
All right. This week, we've got so many new products on LTTStore, and if you guys want to get a checkout message in, you're probably going to want to do it pretty like quick styles here. The Foundation Collection. These are I actually can't show the store and show my notes at the same time. So you on it? Oh, he's on it. Basically, it's a 3-piece lineup of everyday staples with something for active days, something for laid back days, and something for those days when you want to look a little more put together. If you're an active person and need a solid foundation piece for your closet, the Quick Dry Sport t-shirt is the one to grab. I've been actually using it very regularly for my badminton sessions, and the moisture-wicking, quick-drying fabric keeps up, while the raglan sleeves give your arms more room to move, helping reduce underarm chafing. That's a big thing for me when I'm moving my arms around. I need really good mobility, all the way up, all the way down, all the way forward, all the way back, and there's a little bit of stretch to the fabric as well. It's really nice.
Yeah.
For a more put together look, the half zip sweatshirt is made with our comfortable French terry fabric. Same as our blank hoodie. It has a half zip, a Kanga pocket, and a hidden phone pocket because apparently one pocket is not enough.
Oh, put together. This guy looks
Looks pretty sleek.
Looks pretty put together.
Looks pretty good. The minimal hoodie is a more elevated take on the everyday hoodie with a sleek, clean look, premium feeling fabric, stretch for comfort, and a draw cord free hood. You can check out the foundation collection at lmg.gg/foundation. But wait, there's more. We've also got this month's graphic tee launching, and it's a nostalgic one. The Can I Help t-shirt is a little trip back to the days when your computer's most persistent coworker was a paperclip that offered unsolicited advice. It's printed on our classic polyblend tee, so you get the nostalgia without having to dig out Office XP. You can check it out at lmg.gg/canIhelp. This one was really intended for the folks out there who are asked so often for tech support. I imagine the IT guy at his desk, just with one of these. It says everything you need to say. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to help you, and honestly, I might not end up being that helpful, but it's my job. So,
Okay.
we had some way darker copy that potentially went with like a clippy design at some point, but ultimately decided to go with something more helpful.
Yeah.
Like it was, I think we had one that was going to be like, have you considered just ending it or something like that? Like a dark clippy.
Oh,
Have you considered end task?
Or yeah, it's basically it was or like, have you considered powering off or like something like that? We had something along those lines.
Alt F for yourself.
That might have been thrown around. We were in a mood. We were in a mood.
Seems like it.
Yeah,
I think you guys made the right choice.
Yeah, we went with Can I Help?
No, they didn't.
No, we I think we made the right choice.
Didn't make the right choice for
You
me.
can make both choices.
And
then Floatplane.
Oh, right. Yes. Floatplane. Where is
Which
it?
I need to read.
Oh, okay. Luke
Next
to read.
week is Linus's birthday.
It says watch video,
and should we load that up?
I suppose.
Do we watch that first and then I read it? We need audio.
Oh, ready, Dan? Why don't we get audio today?
There was something that happened last week as well. The issue with the internal routing was left on again.
Okay.
And so the submix breaks, unfortunately. But they can hear it.
Good chat. All right.
Okay.
Hello.
Bring it up.
Next
Week.
is my birthday. Celebrate
Oh.
with me.
Sorry.
This is on me.
Hello.
My bad.
Next
Week.
is my birthday. Celebrate with me at lmg.gg/UncLinus.
I was wondering what that was.
Even once I was crossing the border guy was like, hey, did Linus fix your bed?
You guys really put that on the building. Does Yvonne know about this?
Yeah, she saw it.
There was a fully nude onsen in the building. Linus could have gone with me, but didn't want me to see his dong, even though I lived in his house and heard him do many things for years.
Oh, yeah, that poster. Yeah, D-Brand called you that.
You are 40.
Oh, and, sorry, the balloons, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know you already reacted to those videos. But anyways, next week is Linus's birthday. And to celebrate, we have 4. That is right. 4 videos compared to our normal 2. Sammy says that this is because he's a narcissist. The first, even though it says it's because he's a narcissist, but Sammy made the decision. So
yeah, I had nothing to do with any of
literally
this.
at all. So I don't know what that says about Sammy, but hey, the first video has been out since yesterday. It's the raw video of creators sharing memorable moments with Linus. Video submitted by former LMG employees. Jerry Rig Everything, MKPHD, and Level 1 Text, and more. Apparently, we're just saying their channel names, not their names. But hey, that works. Good job, Sammy. Monday, we'll have Linus's reaction of the video, and there's a bit more cringe in that than not, especially the fact that he would not show me his dong when we were in Japan. That is very cringe.
Cringe.
Wednesday, we will showcase the LMG rebranding. And the day. Sammy's notes are so hard to read.
So I make it look relatively easy, don't I?
Better than his team's messages.
Wednesday, we will showcase the LMG rebranding and the day after, which is Linus's actual birthday. Thanks. Will be a community gaming session with Linus from 3:30 to 5:30, really? To really thank everyone for supporting Linus and LMG. Not 100% locked, but we'll be playing a mix of Tape to Tape, Halo Infinite, Pico Park, and Gang Beast. How the heck are you going to handle the lobbies for that?
I don't know.
That'll be my problem.
That's what I just said. I had nothing to do with any of this.
That's crazy.
I learned about this yesterday.
Anyways, don't miss the event of the year at lmg.gg/UncLinus. And in case anyone is wondering, yes, the UncLinus sign will be out for the entire week at the front of the building.
Yeah, that is actually on the building right now.
Yep.
And you couldn't even use a high-resolution version of the wide Linus image. Have you looked at it?
I'm pretty sure that is intentional.
Probably. It is so
I would
crap.
definitely try to recompress the JPEG to be like, the sign manufacturer comes back and they're like, this is really low quality. And they're like, yep.
It's so
Can you
bad.
make it worse?
Yeah, I mean, knowing Sammy, that might have genuinely been intentional.
I believe it.
Yep.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I think I will give him the benefit of the doubt there for sure.
This is cool. Researchers at LIRMM, a French robotics and computer science lab in Montpellier, connected some slices of post-mortem adult brain tissue to a piano-playing robot and taught the tissue to play notes.
Sick.
The setup is called an OPAB?
OPAB.
An organotypic culture of post-mortem adult brain explant.
That is way longer of a sentence than a 4-letter acronym, but okay.
It's a fancy way of saying a slice of donated brain that's kept functioning in a dish on a bed of microelectrodes. The robot side is an anthropomorphic hand plus a microphone acting as an ear. During training, the system let the tissue associate the robot playing piano keys with the sounds that those presses made. In testing, a human played notes and the brain tissue controlled the robot hand to imitate them. The learning was unsupervised, meaning nobody programmed the association in. The neurons formed it themselves. This builds on the same team's 2024 finding that these postmortem brain slices still retain synaptic plasticity, the basic mechanism behind learning and memory. This is a preprint that has not been peer-reviewed yet. The tissue is a small slice and not a full brain, and there's no awareness or consciousness involved, just neurons doing what neurons do when they're stimulated. The pitch from the researchers is an animal-free way to study human neural circuits, and it sits alongside other biological computing work, like Australia's CL1 computer, which was built on lab-grown neurons.
Crazy.
The reception to this has been
mixed at best.
Polarized.
Yeah.
There's people who are like, wow, this is great. I can't wait for this future on the one hand. And on the other hand, there's, I hate this, turn it off now. Stop the ride. I want to get off. And there's nothing in between as far as I can tell. I will not be taking a position. YouTube's AI slop detector has incorrectly targeted Kurzgesagt. I can never pronounce it. Yes, thank you. As other creators fear the same fate. Kurzgesagt. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Kurzgesagt.
Thank you. The 23 million subscriber science channel, amazing by the way, that hand animates videos over months with a full team of artists, revealed that YouTube's automatic AI detection tools flagged its work as AI slop and quietly throttled the channel. Its Super Predator video became the channel's worst performing upload since 2013, but the audience data looked strong with above average click-through and solid watch time. The video simply wasn't getting recommended. When Kurzgesagt, I can't say this word. Go.
Kurzgesagt.
Thank you. Contacted YouTube. The company confirmed that the AI detector was the cause, and the channel has since pulled the video to rework and re-upload it, which is a crazy solution. The detector probably misfired because
Kurzgesagt.
flat, clean vector style is exactly what AI slop channels imitate, since it's cheap to fake. So a detector trained on the imitation caught the original that inspired it.
Kurzgesagt.
Took it in stride, saying they support blocking actual slop and called their YouTube contacts helpful and transparent.
Kurzgesagt.
Had people at YouTube to call, but most channels don't. Analytics firm vidIQ highlighted that gap, noting that a channel that big can find and correct the problem, but smaller ones can't, and pointed to a 5 million subscriber creator who went through a similar unexplained decline. Dozens of creators in the replies to
Kurzgesagt
noted that their reach was completely dead and fear that they've been hit with the same flag with no way to confirm or fight it. I don't really have anything to say about that other than that blows.
One of the crazy bits is noting a channel that big can find and correct it, pointing a smaller example of a 5 million subscriber creator is like, what?
I know.
My God.
So basically, you can't fix it unless
You
you're
have to
an
be
absolute
enormous
mega channel.
or you're screwed.
Yeah. Valve is expanding SteamOS support to several gaming handhelds. SteamOS 3.8.25 beta adds initial gamepad support for the Intel-powered MSI Claw 8EX AI+, the Ioneo Pocket S2, and the Conquer Fit, plus updated controller support for the OnePlayer X Apex. The Claw is notable because SteamOS has been AMD-only territory until very recently, and the Pocket S2 is notable because it's an ARM-based Android handheld, which lines up pretty neatly with the ARM compatibility work that Valve just shipped with Lepton and Fex in preparation for the launch of the Steam Frame.
Yeah.
None of this means that everything works perfectly, however. Wi-Fi, audio, sleep, and drivers can still be rough, and only the Steam Deck and Legion Go S have fully baked support. The same update bundles new Steam Machine firmware, fixing a bug where CPU performance stayed reduced after waking from sleep. Actually, we encountered that when we were working on our review. So I'm glad to see that they fixed it, which we said they probably would. So that's great. Along with fixes for HDMI audio dropouts and Bluetooth latency. Discussion question. Valve is slowly making SteamOS run on everybody's hardware. Ignoring the anti-cheat elephant in the room, is there any reason left to keep Windows on a handheld? I still run it on mine, and
Some game compatibility is still going to be rough.
It does not enhance the experience.
The AMD-based stuff of most handhelds will help with that a lot.
Yeah.
But there are still some games that just aren't going to be a thing. You're not going to be playing Valorant. I don't know if you want to be playing Valorant on a handheld, so maybe it doesn't matter much. I don't run into this stuff that often. The main thing I run into is NVIDIA problems more than Linux compatibility problems.
And that's just from having an NVIDIA GPU.
Yep.
Windows latest finds that Windows 11 uses 5 times more memory for its ad-laden weather widget than macOS equivalent. That's pretty funny. In other Windows news, Justin Marshall released a native version of 1990's Word 1.1a for a Windows 11 on GitHub. And I thought this was pretty fun because I think that was on Tech Radar. Yeah. Hold on. It's in here somewhere how much RAM it uses. Hold on. 1 megabyte of RAM on Windows 11.
That's amazing. I wonder how usable it is. Honestly, when I'm writing documents, I use shockingly few features.
And this is something that you can totally run totally legally. Microsoft released the source code for this. So Buddy ported it. It's apparently a bit of a pain in the butt to get it running. Like there's some There's like some terminal involved or something like that. You need PowerShell. I don't know. I haven't actually tried to do it, but I just thought that was pretty cool.
I'm surprised there's no pictures in here. What does it look like?
Word 1.1 is going to look pretty rough.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just going to look up
That'd be kind of
Word
fun.
1.1 interface.
Dying.
Yeah, you do not actually want to work in that right now.
Yeah, maybe. Well, can you? Is it even? I mean, it's probably not even. Can you insert a picture? Maybe not.
I think we'd probably have to make our way to. I'm trying to think. When did they? Oh man, I never really thought about this. All versions of Microsoft Word. Oh, we should switch to After Dark. That's it for topics, Dan.
Math coprocessor. That's awesome. Oh my god. Dude, this should be labs charts now. We should make them look like this. Yeah.
Oh my God. Word perfect.
Actually sick.
It's pretty readable.
I think Word 97 is about as far back as I could go and still actually
That
want
looks
to
totally
use it.
fine. That looks very usable.
Yeah.
Lotus Notes. Let's get some Lotus Notes.
I think I
back
could
in
deal.
here.
I could deal with this, no problem.
So
Yeah.
really fancy notepad.
Yep.
That looks like a computer program to
Yep.
me.
Yeah, me too.
Pug Boy says, "Fun fact: WordPerfect is still around." Nice.
Darn.
All right, hit me, Dan.
Hello, Linus, Luke, and Dan. Normal names. Love listening to the show on my way to work. My question is, what hard experience at the beginning of building LMG made the biggest impact on the company for you today? Or you, the company, or you?
At the beginning.
Hiring Luke.
Aw, that's such a nice answer.
That was a very hard experience.
Yeah, it wasn't hard though. Well,
Luke, you need more practice. Or right into After Dark.
Oh, yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna go with the whether it ultimately was a good thing or not. I don't know, but the decision to move out of the garage and spend everything that we had made so far and what we intended to make for months and months on a new space. That culture of just like, okay, take everything we made and dump it right back into the company. Okay, do it again. Okay, do it again was what ultimately led to major successes like Backpack and Screwdriver. So that that willingness to just go, okay, I've got all these chips.
I'm going to play them.
I could keep them,
I'm going to play them all.
but no, I'm gonna just bet hard.
I'll drive the Civic another year.
Bet hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me,
Yeah, I've been
lot of it-
doing this 10 years before I finally like bought the car, you know? Like,
hey, it took a minute.
And Luke
Yeah.
had to convince you.
I don't think Luke tried to convince me.
I don't think so.
Luke
I
thinks
think-
my car's stupid.
I kind of.
Yeah, it is stupid. That's fine though.
I also think you
I
are
remember you-
entirely within your rights to buy a stupid car.
I
So,
think
like,
I remember you.
I'm 40, baby.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
whatever, dude. It's fine. I don't judge you for it. I just, it's not my thing,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I think for me, unironically, it was the 700 series launch.
Oh yeah. I knew it was going to be the GPU.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Titan.
I had to grow a lot as a person in learning about that stuff because now suddenly we took it seriously when we were part of NCIX, but now it was like our thing.
Yeah, no, but like actually,
And now
if we
it's
don't
like
do it
if
right, we die.
if I this up, I think I bleeped that properly. We're all just like dead. And it's like, oh wow, this is like very serious.
Like we go crawling back to NCIX. Like, what are we talking about?
There was
here?
no route.
Yeah.
It was, I go back to school, Ed goes back to school, and you find a job somewhere else. Like it was, so there was a lot of pressure on there.
Do or die, baby.
That was a massive expansion in the amount of tests and what we tested for a GPU launch compared to normal. If I remember correctly, you like wore a lab coat for that video because we were like trying to really hit it home of like, this is a step.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And that was like, yeah, I don't know. If I remember correctly, I didn't sleep for like a really weird amount of time, like 3 days or something. And I remember one night I was so tired and had to stay awake, so I ate through an entire tub of peanut butter and a full box of wheat thins.
And
just like lived off of just calories.
I don't think I would have been happy if I'd known you did that.
I'm pretty sure I told you afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Got her done.
You're still here, baby.
That was I had already locked in multiple times, but that was a moment where I was like, I'm just going to do whatever to try to make this work.
We got her done.
Yeah.
Man, we released so many videos on that card. Remember back when a new GPU launch was exciting and people were happy about
Dude,
it?
the 700 series was very exciting, though.
Very exciting.
Actually, that was a sick release.
I think you're actually thinking of 600 series, though.
I thought it was
the first one when we got in the garage, right? Was that 600? No, I think you're right. I think it was 700. Wait, was it 600? Which one was the first generation to have a Titan?
This is our video on 680. Oh.
It's got to be this. Oh my God, ads.
14 years ago, so 2012. No. Nope.
680.
It would have been...
Yeah, 700 then. Yeah, you're right.
780.
That's it.
New King, this one.
That's it.
12 years ago.
I think I shot that B-roll because I don't think Brandon worked here yet.
Oh, I'm sure you did. When I was done the testing, I just died. I slept for a day.
Wait, hotspot shield
you're
though, that
here.
came later. No,
we were in the garage.
It must be Titan. I think you're thinking of Titan.
How do you search for Titan on the channel? It's going to bring up
I know,
so
it's
much
so
other
stupid.
stuff.
Why do companies have to call everything the same thing? Go down.
Not this one.
Keep going.
It was silver.
Keep going.
Oh,
GTX Titan.
That's the unboxing
That's
of it.
the unboxing. Yeah, keep going then. You'll find it.
Is that little man? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? It kills me.
That's wild.
I know. Okay, and a bunch of crap that's totally unrelated. Thanks, YouTube. Not what I was looking for. Unbelievable.
It's also crazy to me that the unboxing is the only thing that really surfaced. It's just completely unrelated things now.
Another fun game is no matter what you search for with my name in it, how far do you scroll before you come across a drama
thing, yeah.
a drama video?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was Titan though. It was we were just
that makes sense.
All hands on deck, all 6 total hands plus Yvonne being on mat leave. I don't know, doing the
correctly. We were trying to do dual camera shoots at that time and stuff too. Things were kind of crazy.
We had ideas.
Yeah,
but you did it.
Yeah,
we're still here, baby.
Hi, Dad, and Dan at Linus. Thanks for raising me. It is concerning that I see you more than my own dad, even though he's the CEO of the company I work at. P.S. How's it going with the ADD meds?
I have not actually tried them yet.
What the hell, dude?
My wife was out of town, so I got confused about how getting medications works, and so I didn't get them. Well, my doctor didn't mention it to me.
This guy. Okay,
my God.
If you need drug advice, just let me know.
My doctor didn't mention it to me because I guess it's just routine, but apparently she just faxes the script straight to the pharmacy that we usually go to, which I wasn't sure which one it was because I don't know where medications come from. No, actually, I did know. I did know which one because sometimes I pick up things for other people. I haven't been on many medications, but I have kids that get sick sometimes.
You know,
but I didn't think about it. I just got off the call. She was like, "Yeah, I'll get that for you." And I was like, "Okay." And then I didn't know where I would get the prescription from. So Yvonne came home and was like, "Hey, did you ever get that thing from the doctor?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Would you like me to grab it next time I'm in town?" And I was like, "Yes, please. Thank you, lady." And then she got it for me.
I'm sorry.
I haven't tried it yet, though.
I know I'm derailing us and bringing us back to something we should be moving on from, but I found some of them.
Nice.
Surround performance review, 3D vision gaming review.
Oh, I remember when cards had that.
We just did everything.
1080p was a separate video.
And they're 7 minutes, 4 minutes.
Man, the thumbnail is just a graph. That's crazy.
I know. 1600p got a whole video.
1600p video by itself, 10 minutes long.
I don't think 4K was a thing yet.
I'm pretty sure there was more videos than just these as well. They're just not surfacing. But yeah, we went really hard.
Yep.
Anyways.
Early WAN show means I can reach out before Sabbath again.
Nice.
Any updates on the tech detox you talked about last time? Yes, there's lots of cool tech for Sabbath, including specific Home Assistant plugins.
Oh, that's interesting. So as long as whatever I do doesn't count as work, my Home Assistant could do something for me.
It doesn't...
Trey's interesting.
Wasn't there something that you couldn't have somebody else do work for you?
Not sure. I can't remember all the rules.
I can't either.
I never knew them.
I can't remember the rules that I learned the last time we talked about this on WAN show.
Oh,
I didn't know them. It was just
Yeah.
People in chat were kind of like explaining stuff.
I think you can't manually get the work to start.
Yeah, but then you could employ somebody to like cook for you and turn on light switches and follow you around, which I think kind of defeats the purpose.
But you're not employing a person.
You're forcing a machine to do that for you.
Yeah, chat says it depends on the rabbi. Some of them don't like switches or relays closing even.
Oh.
Because you're connecting something together, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tech detox?
I have not gotten there yet.
I don't think you ever will.
I did have a week off.
What were you gonna do to tech?
We were talking about doing like a tech detox.
Oh, right. We were both gonna like
thing.
go away and not. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave that literally zero thought ever since we last talked about it. But hey,
it is progressively becoming more possible for me, which is interesting. My work is getting more time consuming and more all consuming, and it's also getting more possible for me to step away from it for periods of time, which is those things happening at the same time is very strange. But
yeah,
I think it's true.
How do I edit this?
People on my teams getting really good is essentially what that means.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to send Dan. Okay, how do I edit this? How do I edit the stupid photo? Yeah, here it is. Okay, perfect. Oh, I hate how the image editor in Teams, if you drag the corner, it assumes you mean just that corner, and then it's so hard to grab the top bar. Okay, so I mean, this is my version of detox. My chickens are big now. Yep, they're big girls. One, it turns out, is a rooster.
Oh, you got dinner in the works.
What the heck?
Chickens.
There's my chickies.
Whoa!
Hey, babies.
They have small crowns. That's cute.
And then since we're just like putting pictures of Linus's pets on the stream, here's a shot of my cat that I took the other night that I thought was pretty funny. He's just chilling.
Cats are so weird.
He was just sitting there like that. I was like, what the heck, man? You're not even like...
What are you doing?
You don't even look comfortable.
I went to that 1080p performance. Oh.
No, nothing. I'm just looking at my cat.
I went to the 1080p performance video for GTX Titan because I was wondering what the comments were like.
Yeah.
Look who I randomly... Oh. Look who I randomly found.
Jacksepticeye. Nice.
With 13 likes somehow.
Oh my goodness.
That's good. Have fun wasting all that money.
That's nice. What's his net worth now, I wonder?
Oh, just a crazy amount, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, wild.
All right, hit me, Dan.
Yeah, what do we got?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted by the cat. 2027 Global RAM is completely sold out. Luke, since you're good with this, can you make a prediction for when this will be over? Not because I think you'll be right. I just want some hope, please. love the show.
I don't think you can force these predictions. They just kind of come out of nowhere.
Just give us false hope.
I think it's a while yet. I think we're looking. If it was before this time, 2028, I think I would be stunned. And my reasoning for that is even if things crash, it's going to take a lot of time to kind of reset.
And a lot of this is contract pricing.
Yes. So it will take a hot minute for this to correct. I think, I've been talking like, oh, maybe China will save us in regards to RAM prices. If they do, it's going to take a while.
And with that said, though, sometimes change happens really, really slowly and then all at once. A major insolvency or like a major, like an Enron scale crash of an individual company could trigger a chain reaction. We don't know.
And there do be some companies with Enron type math going on at the moment, so it could happen. It's very difficult to predict right now.
Fascinating.
I think if somebody was like, oh, my company builds a lot of systems and I'm going to buy and hoard a bunch of RAM right now, I think it would be pretty hard to very confidently argue in either direction of whether that was a good idea or a bad idea. And like this was true a while ago. We were talking internally about how we bought 20 extra laptops in December of 2025 for the company. And I remember at the time that was like really risky.
Kind of crazy, actually. Yeah.
But we were worried. And
yeah, my kids need new Chromebooks for back to school.
And they're going to suck.
And they're going to totally suck, or they're going to be really expensive.
Yep.
Framework doesn't make a Chromebook anymore. As I was like looking at the options, I was like, oh, I wish I'd grabbed a Framework last time, because then I could just fix this issue that I have on my daughters. And they don't make one anymore. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. And, you know, luckily that bet worked out really well.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to look back and be like, oh, I wish we bought more. And it's like, yeah, but then buying more would have just been incurring more risk. And there was no way that we could have fully known in December of last year what the heck was going to happen over these insane 8 months that we've gone through. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm happy we bought those. That's nice. That's just saved us a bunch of money already. It's effectively bought us multiple laptops, which is cool.
Nice.
But, like, yeah.
Dan, if you're going to
have battles.
Dan, if you're going to have my pussy there, can you also put my cock? It's the black one.
Sure. Oh, so now I get to see it.
All you have to do is ask.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh, yeah, merch messages.
Do you want me to read it out?
Sure.
No, I'm not going to read a merch message. I'm going to read a com.
Nice. Solid.
Hey, LDL, I've been shopping for home battery backups and solar panels, and it seems most of the major companies seem to be under the same umbrella company. Linus, how's your DIY battery going?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked, because I had a long meeting with Pankratz and Frey earlier this week, and we have everything we need to build the economical custom packs that are going to be way safer than the, it's just the one in the front, the black one.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. That's good enough.
I can't crop that small. It's far too big.
Yeah, the other ones are hens. Nice. Yep. That's my cock.
I'll just put that here.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so we've got everything we need, and then once we do phase 2, the plan was always to do this in phases. So once we do phase 2, phase 3 is going to be scaling it up to power the entire house for some period of time. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge my car off of it or like run the clothes dryer, but it could run like all the lights and hopefully computers for, you know, at least a while if the power goes out.
And let's see, how many more do I have for you? I found this in my folder. I'm a professional. Last one I've got for you today. You spend most of your careers in tech, and while I'm only a few years younger than Linus, I don't recall the tech space being like it is. Has tech, in your experience, ever seemed this evil, genuinely?
No, I don't think so. And that's someone like, I used to be really obsessed with this, I think it was Australian thing. Yeah, called the Beast Files. This is well before Mr. Beast, I'll tell you that much. So it was when I was in high school. I don't remember how I used to watch them online. I think this was pre-YouTube, but maybe it wasn't. They're on YouTube now as an archive on this like Real Human Stories YouTube channel. But I remember this one, Google's plan for world domination, from the Beast Files. This was a fantastic video. Somehow it was only 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But it was talking back then about, people used to talk about this all the time. Like Google got rid of their don't be evil thing. And they started doing some stuff that was like a little bit spooky. Man, if you could sit back then and look at the stuff the different tech companies were doing back then and compare it to now, it would look like a freaking joke. All of them. Like, yeah, we are in completely unprecedented times.
Because they keep getting away with it.
Constantly. Like, it's crazy. And so, yeah, as someone who has been in tech for, like, my entire professional life, to a certain degree, no, it's never been even close to this crazy. Not even sort of.
No, don't show them my balls. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye! Oh my god. Oh, that's good. The world spent $276.5 million on AI during the show.